thankfully so. Oh my goodness. A lot happening.
And let our family take care of your family.
We're going to cover everything that happened yesterday.
604-4602 or find us on the web at laportacontracting.com.
All right, here we go.
Again is 954-604-4602.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show.
All right, it is Friday already, July 19th, 2024. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. I am soaking wet because it is raining like it's hurricane season, right? We're in the tropics. I'll get a bunch of messages. It's the subtropics, whatever. Okay, we're in the subtropics. It is rainy season, and I am soaking wet. There's a lot to cover today. The final day of the Republican convention was just phenomenal. And, of course, President Trump is now the official nominee, which is all good news and all. And we're going to talk about all that and take your calls about it as well. But you know what the big takeaway from President Trump's speech last night is this: that he loves this country, he loves the people of this country, and he wants to make America great again. What's happened over the years, it's gotten really bad with the Democrats. We have this permanent governing class: Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, who's a Chinese asset, Biden, Pelosi, all the rest. They are the elite of our country who consider themselves to be nobility, that are above all the rest. And Donald Trump is the people's billionaire. J.D. Vance is an average guy. And they're putting the control of the country back in the hands of not this elite, wealthy class of people, many of which have had their offices handed to them over the years from their granddaddies and their daddies. The others are just there to take money from the Treasury and enrich themselves and give the country's control back to the people. That's it. I mean, you want to look at the takeaways from Donald Trump last night. I want you to think about this. They've arrested him. They booked him. They got a mugshot of Donald Trump. They convicted him of 34 fraudulent felonies by a corrupt judge who took bribes through his daughter. Judge Merchan is a corrupt judge. His daughter took tens of millions of dollars from Democrats, which, Judge Merchan's daughter is to him what Hunter is to Biden, the money mule. They sued him with the E. Jean Carroll nonsense and got an ungodly sum of money in that settlement. Letitia James took him to court in this other corrupt judge's courtroom over the property value of Mar-a-Lago. They broke into his home. The FBI brought a safecracker. I wonder if that is one of those reformed criminals. The FBI broke into Trump's home. They brought a safecracker. They tossed his office. They broke into his safe. They went through his wife's underwear drawer and her entire wardrobe. And then when they were done with that, these scumbuckets went into his son's room, tossed that. Think about that. And then they shot him. I mean, what the hell? I mean, how much more does this guy have to go through to prove to these hags on The View? Let me play this witch on The View. I used to be a fan of Whoopi Goldberg a long time ago. She used to be funny. I saw Ghost in the theater, right? I mean, She was on Star Trek The Next Generation. She's a pig. Listen to this. I wasn't going to play this, but listen to this. Okay, hold on. That's me. I got myself playing there. Hold on. Let me mute myself. Okay, listen to this. This is Whoopi Goldberg talking about President Trump's granddaughter, who spoke night before last at the convention.
For me, I have a lot of faith in the American people. And I don't know very many men who want to be talked to the way that this man has been talking to men in his audience. I don't know any women, and I know his grandchild was up on the thing, and they're trying to humanize him and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that. Trump is talking about.
All right, Whoopi, go F yourself. Okay, can I say that? Do I have to dump that? Can I say go F yourself? And by the way, the other hags on The View, you do the same. I mean, going after the granddaughter. Then they shoot him. I mean, what else does he have to prove that he cares about this country more than this corrupt, senile old coot whose kids are junkies? They're going to fight over the nomination, the Democrats. Kamala, who got where she is because she had sex with married men that she wasn't married to. I mean, what a role model she is. What else does he have to prove that this isn't about ego? This is the takeaway from the speech last night. I don't need to break down and play. I'm not playing sound bites of Trump. I may play one or two later as the show goes on, but I have no plans on playing any sound bites from Trump last night. The speech was spectacular. You don't need to hear my clips again. Everybody else is going to be playing them today. That's the takeaway. Okay? He has more than proven himself. Who else would be able to go through this? And if somebody else was able to go through what Donald Trump has gone through, who would choose to do that? And then these idiots on MSNBC have been talking for the last 3 days. He wasn't really shot. It was glass from the teleprompter that cut his ear, which is not true, by the way. The Secret Service said he was shot, the bullet hit him. And they're sitting around laughing. These people are twisted. They're sick. And Whoopi Goldberg's sitting around wearing a bed sheets because there's no clothing made that'll fit her. My goodness, she must have a reinforced toilet in her dressing room because a normal toilet would not be able to hold up Whoopi Goldberg. She'd first have to fit into the ladies' room with her enormous ego. My goodness. Now we find out. Let me see this with the shooter. Let me get the number right. I don't want to, let's see here. Yeah, 3, okay. The shooter had 3 overseas encrypted accounts. Is there, I want to throw this, I'm going to make a bit of a pledge here today on the program. I'm going to try to take the breaks on time. Okay? Because when we don't take the breaks on time, we get jammed up and I come out of a break and it's basically time for another one. So I'm going to try to take the breaks on time, and we're approaching that time now. But I want to throw this question out to you before we break. Is there anyone in this country that does not believe that the government took out a hit on President Trump Saturday? Does anyone believe that this freckled-faced geek has 3 encrypted accounts, IEDs, and if you look at the setup, he's on top of the building that the snipers are in for the police, and they're on the second floor right beneath him. They were supposed to be on the roof, but they're on the second floor right beneath him. Who will prove that? And if you look at his line of sight, where the shooter was, there were 2 sniper teams from the Secret Service. One was obstructed from him completely because of the trees, and where he was a direct line towards President Trump. You're telling me that this geek set all that up? I don't think so. Is there anyone who does not believe that the government took a hit out on President Trump? I think everyone believes that. They're practically even saying it on Fox. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll be right back.
Sidelines.
My shoe came untied.
This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Slowman is doing it again for true authors. Call 833-283-50. Slowman will give you a free home security system, a free doorbell camera, and free professional installation. All you have to do is use their low-cost central station.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we know you've heard this 1 million times. Slowman's is the best.
By the way, I put the link to my second channel up there. I know a lot of you have subscribed to it. Please subscribe to that channel. That's my second channel. And watch the videos, the Brian Craig Clip channel. And, of course, I'm trying to get that channel monetized. And to do that, I need you guys to watch the videos as well as subscribe. So if you could do that, I would appreciate it. Also, my wife added some new emojis for members. She added 3 new emojis, 2 new ones of Trump and 1 of J.D. Vance.
That's 833-283-5050.
So those of you that are members to the channel, you have access to the emojis. You can check out those new emojis. 2 of Trump and 1 of J.D. Vance. They limit us on the number of emojis we're allowed to have.
The ascent to Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. We set sail March 30th. We have private shore excursions.
Yes.
Cocktail parties.
There they are.
Activities. We're going to go to the shows together and much, much more. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot right now. 561-244-5779.
I've got a massive headache.
561-244-5779. And online at
I really need a day or 2 off. It's been a rough week, but
our private group rate. Nothing comes close to celebrity cruises.
I'm not feeling too well because it's been a rough week. I'm just exhausted. It's been a rough week. I know you guys are too. I just have a headache. That's just hit me right before showtime. I think I got a headache because I'm just pissed.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, here Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
Alrighty, we're back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. If you're on hold, stand by. I got a new commercial for Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell sent me a new commercial this morning when I was driving in. I got an email from his office, and what I'm supposed to do is take the audio of Mike Lindell and then at the end, like, add my information. But I couldn't do that before the show. I've got a splitting headache too, and I mean I really have a headache like nobody. It just hit me right before I went on the air, and I think it's all this aggravation. But next week will be the edit. But I want to play you this. This is the commercial that Mike Lindell sent me. It's on. I haven't edited myself into the end of it yet, but I'll do it live on the air. What the heck? And it's about this incredible new mattress topper.
I'm excited to announce my all-new mattress topper. In the times we're in, I wanted to bring you the best affordable mattress topper ever. So I took my 2 best technologies and combined them to make the ultimate mattress topper. And now you can get it for as low as $69.98. Queen size, only $99.98. It all starts with my famous MyPillow foam that provides you that overall full body support. Second is the individual comfort supports that give you an amazing custom sleep experience. It's like it's made specifically for you. The queen size alone has over 14,000 comfort supports. This is the perfect mattress topper to improve any bed. New bed, old bed, your guest beds. Get them for every bedroom in your house. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the all-new My Mattress Topper for as low as $69.98. Queen size, only $99.98. Don't delay. Order today.
Okay, now that's promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com, or you can order by phone, toll-free, 1-800 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane at checkout. K-A-N-E. All right. There's only one opening on the board, and I will say it is Friday. That means open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. And on Open MAGA Mike Friday, any and everything on your mind is fair game. You're not limited to the topics that we bring up here, okay? But there's some important stuff going on, and I don't like to get ticked off when I'm on the air. I don't, because then you lose control of your little mouth a little bit. So I'm trying to, get back in a little control. I'm just pissed when you think about everything they've done, and they shot him. And this hag, Whoopi Goldberg. Now y'all don't want him to be sympathetic and human, now, do you? Michael Steele, who used to head the RNC, that was just glass from the teleprompter. Like, even if that was true, he was still shot at. I mean, these people are monsters. And Rachel Maddow, and Joyless Reed, and all the other hacks at MSNBC, did you see what happened to them? They've gotten busted trying to pass off a fraud to their viewers. That's right. Rachel Maddow, and this is in the New York Post. Rachel Maddow and the left-leaning cable news network MSNBC's other top anchors have been using a giant video screen to show the Republican National Convention as a backdrop while hosting the coverage from their New York offices. So none of them are there. They're pretending to be there. And, I watched them a couple times at the convention. It's hard to hear them because you've got the sound of the convention in the background. They've added sound. And they've even, been wearing the headphones that you would wear if you were there. Like headset mics. Busted. Liars. Busted. The 4 or 5 people that watch MSNBC must be plenty upset. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Steve Recordo from Rochester, New York.
Hey, New York. What's up? Turn off the volume of whatever you're listening to me on in the back, all right? Got to turn down the volume. Mute whatever you're listening to me on. That's okay. It's early.
So sorry. I tried to turn it off by doing it.
No, babe. It's fine. I hear you.
Watch President Trump yesterday. I was up all night. Things running through my mind. I had to jot things down. So please excuse me with my eyes are still teary. I can't believe that people can't love President Trump. President Trump is the best president in our lifetime, maybe the best of all time. Last night, President Trump speaking, he went from best president to a saint in my eyes. People that hate President Trump should stop. Look deep in their heart and see what President Trump said. Not the evil, deep state, media, politicians, elites that lie to you. Listen to his words. The things he does for the people, for us. World War III is around the corner. He is the only one to stop it. Our lifestyle will be destroyed. Our kids' future is gone. God save them to stop this disaster. This is why I said he is a saint. The love he gives to us is priceless. This is why I love him so much. One thing.
That's okay.
I wore a President Trump hat yesterday. My wife said I look 20 years younger. Now that's a miracle.
Yeah, that's amazing.
God bless President Trump.
Absolutely.
God bless you. I also want to mention Dr. Appleton. He's a miracle doctor against pain. One more thing. since Rush Limbaugh passed. You come closest to his show. Thank you, sir.
Well, that's a great compliment, and thank you so much. All right, from New York. Take care. Well said. I think he might be the best call of the day. First call may be the best call. I agree with everything he said. Or as Rush would say, dittos. Remember that? Dittos. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Richie.
Hey, Richie.
From that gentleman, nice call from that gentleman, but here comes cynical Richie, okay? I listened to that last night. I know what this man has gone through. I know what this man has given to this country. He's given, and he potentially almost gave his life to this country. He's 100% for everyone out there, but here we go again. If you think this is going to end now, first of all, at the end of his speech, Laura whatever her name is, O'Donnell from CBS, went to her correspondent on the floor at the convention, and he said, all that I heard tonight was the same old Trump speech, filled with lies, and it would take another...
Yeah, well, that Trump's filled with lies. Their candidate's filled with doo-doo in his pants, okay? I mean, I don't care what these liberals... Let me tell you, Richie, I don't care what these liberals think. The liberal media are on their way out. And I'm telling you this, I'm going to make this prediction to you, okay? They will not do this during the election because it's too much chaos. Next year, MSNBC as we know it will not exist. Morning Joe will be gone. Joy Reid will be gone. Rachel Maddow will be gone. Nicole Wall, they're going to revamp and reformat all of MSNBC. And if you watch Fox, which I've been watching a lot of Fox this week, by the way, does it look like everyone on the air at Fox is taking Ozempic? They have that Ozempic face where they look like they're starving, especially Greg Gutfeld. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, Fox News is on the Trump train. CNN's been okay. The left-wing news, as we've known it since Trump has come down the escalator, is about to go extinct. And I don't care what Lawrence O'Donnell says or the other O'Donnell. I don't care what any of them say.
Ask you a question, and let's just get right to it. When you were 20 years old, were you working?
Of course, I was on the radio.
Did you have any overseas hidden accounts in the banks filled with money? I got
to tell you this. I do not have encrypted overseas accounts now. Okay.
Yeah. Did you drive to work when you're in your car? Do you have IUDs?
I did not. No, I did not. I did not.
Do you have a cell phone that has nothing on it? And by the way, they were mentioning the fact that they were up there with what you said right away, up there pressure hosing that damn crime.
Clean the whole crime scene. Clean the whole crime scene up.
You're talking about an asset that this kid was. He was somebody paid him, and I told you there was 12 million stocks. I was off on that. From somebody, I forgot who they talked to. 12 million stocks were purchased to undercut the amount of money.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So this whole thing stinks to high up.
Everybody, listen. Everyone thinks that the government took a hit out on President Trump. Everybody thinks this.
I don't think it.
Absolutely. Come on.
Put him through. Yeah, they put him through so much crap. You think I believe that they're not capable of doing something like this, and the cover-up smells from high heaven. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Now, I want to make a prediction on these accounts because they're doing all these misdirections. They're going to tell you he was into crypto and he has been buying crypto, and that's how they listen. Crypto is a creation of the deep state, so they can carry out all their dealings, okay, without accountability. Yeah, exactly. So all cryptocurrency that's what it all is. So I have no doubt that these accounts are probably crypto accounts. I have no doubt about that. But he's not some guy, like I got a Coinbase account, and pretty much everybody does, but,
Real quick, the T-shirt he was wearing, you had to buy online. This whole thing stinks. I mean, I'm to the point where, so if I'm not under the illusion that this is going to stop because President Trump had a great convention and the people of this country.
Listen, if your standard is that not everyone's going to love Trump like we do, yes, that's correct. All right, Richie, take care. No, they're not all going to be on the Trump train. All right, listen, I vowed I'm going to try to take all the breaks on time. We're already 2 minutes late on this one. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Janine, $20 super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Oh, you did? Okay, hold on. Let me get my mouse.
Good morning, everybody. This is Michael Marone from the All Year Cooling Weather Center. Today is July 19th, 2024, and right now it's 79 degrees outside, and it's going to reach as high as 92 today. It is still a heat advisory, so make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, stay dry from those rainy storms for the rest of your Friday.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Up to speed on 95 north and south through Delray Beach, Boynton Beach, Lake Worth, and West Palm. Turnpike southbound, slowdowns past Boynton Beach Boulevard. Construction in Lake Worth, 6th Avenue south from Grove Street to Congress Avenue. This traffic update is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial, auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Palm Beach Kennel Club offers exciting OTB action from top horse tracks.
Now let's make sure the end's not cut off again.
Good. For the rest of your Friday.
I don't know if you saw what I did there. Let me pull up the raw audio you sent me. See the level? I made it louder. Then let me undo it. Okay. See how I made it louder? If you select all of it, you can do this in there too. And you go to Effects, Amplitude and Compression, go down to Normalize, and it'll make it as loud as it can go without distorting.
Gotcha. Is what the city uses Pop Master?
Yeah. They use weird stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you can use Pop, whatever that is.
Well, that was just to put this one in, just so you get it better.
But yeah.
Or to get it to its best quality than just throwing something in. So
Yep, there you go.
Thank you.
I cannot believe what I just did. I cannot believe what I just did. Ah. Gosh darn it.
I want to bring in Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brown.
Stop the heat gain, lowering the temperatures in the attic up to 40 degrees, cutting the FPL bills up to 40%. Dog Days of Summer sales, 50% on radiant barrier and insulation removal, wrap proofing. We even do AC ducts in the heat of the summer. Act now and get $500 off radiant barrier over 2,000 square feet and $1,000 off over 4,000 square feet, plus a 30% federal tax credit. So call now, 950
No, what I did was I had all the articles I wanted to talk about in the first hour all pulled up, and I mistakenly closed them all out because I was so pissed. You know, what's going on? I hit the wrong button. That's okay. I still got them.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Celebrating 47 years.
All right, there's only one opening on our board at 1-888-465-2631. I am taking these calls in the order in which they were received, all right? And, you know, and those of you that are new to the program, obviously it is open phones on Friday, open Mega Mike Friday, any and everything on your mind's fair game. But not only on Friday, every day of the week, anytime I'm taking calls, all the calls are screenless. When you call in, I just put you on hold and then I take it live. We have someone here, Mike, our board op, could answer the calls and screen them. But we don't screen the calls on this program ever, all right? So while I'm taking the calls in the order in which they were received, I cannot vouch for the quality of the calls because they've not been screened, all right? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's Mike from Houston. How are you?
All right, Mike, what's up?
Well, two things. Okay, so those comments by Whoopi Goldberg, it really does go to show that Trump derangement syndrome is, in fact, a very real thing. I wish I knew more about psychology. Well, I don't know anything at all about psychology, but I wish I did. Because I tell you, it's a real psychopathy. The way these people take statements that President Trump makes, distort them, and then rebroadcast them, accusing them of being hateful, insightful rhetoric, and that kind of thing. It's just amazing. And I had this conversation on Saturday with my brother. He kept saying, you know, well, President Trump said this and said that, and being shot at on Saturday was the result of President...
Excuse me, not shot at, being shot. He was shot. And he blamed Trump for getting shot. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, and I'm sitting, yeah, exactly. And I'm sitting there going, show me one statement he has ever made along the lines that rises to that level to justify that kind of action directed against him. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is I did listen to Trump's acceptance speech last night. It was good. But the only thing, I'm a bit of a historian, and the only thing I was kind of hoping he would touch on was that these are perilous times that we are in right now.
Yeah.
Shed blood for us. He knows. And what I'm getting at is we, in the last 8 or 10 years, we have come to see fully illuminated the path of cultural Marxism that we are on. Okay, it's denuded. Okay, we can see it now. DEI and all this other nonsense and the corruption of our government institutions, we can see it now. This election is going to determine whether or not we continue down that disastrous path or if we turn things around.
Yeah.
We do not turn things around this cycle. The democratic principles that we and our institution find in the Constitution are gone.
Well, let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you what's going on. Okay, there's obviously the permanent Washington class of nobility but the Democrat Party has been taken over by racist minorities that are hardcore activists. Some of them are black, some of them are Muslim, some of them are gay, and they hate white people just like the plague. And if you watch MSNBC and The View, that's basically the viewpoint you're getting. I don't buy. Now, listen, I can be proven wrong in just a short time, but don't accept this story that Biden's going to step aside on Sunday. That's some crap that they've leaked out to try to put pressure on him to do it. Okay, and I saw him walking off the plane yesterday. They kept showing it over and over down the baby steps. He didn't even know where he was. So he's not negotiating squat. And his mob wife, who parades around trying to make everyone think she's a medical doctor all the time, she's not stepping down from anything. So that I don't buy that story that he's stepping down from the nomination.
History teaches that power-hungry people like the Bidens, like Joe and Jill Biden, never go out peaceably. Well, okay, they hang on to power to the very bitter end.
Correct.
Dragged, kicking and screaming, out of office. He's not going, and I completely agree.
And let me tell you something, and let me tell you some reasons why. But one in particular, there's a lot of people that have talked about the campaign money can't be transferred unless Kamala gets the nomination. This is what people don't understand. Okay, you've heard there's like professional fundraisers, bundlers and stuff. They are commissioned salespeople. The people that raise the money for political campaigns, this goes for Republicans too, they get a commission on the money they raise, which is amazing, right? So not only would they have to refund tens of millions of dollars, those commissions would have to be repaid too, okay? And a lot of people like Joe Biden's sister, yeah, I'm with you, like Joe Biden's sister that's run every one of his campaigns get commissions on that. So they're not; these people are not giving that money back. This is not going to happen. I don't buy this at all. When Biden got off Air Force One yesterday, he took that. He's on the second step. He didn't know where he was, who he was, or why he was there. He's not negotiating with Pelosi. Give me a break.
I'll tell you the other thing why he's going to delay leaving office as much as possible. The sooner he leaves office, the sooner he and his family face criminal action. I could have been reading a dated article, but I don't think I was. But I read something about 2 days ago that said congressional investigators have determined that after like reviewing Hunter Biden's laptop, that the Biden family appears to have taken in upwards of $50 million in illicit funds, extortion, shakedown, whatever you want to call it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he leaves office, he's coming up for criminal prosecution, okay? There's no...
Biden's not going to be prosecuted. And he'll pardon his family. But the money will stop on a dime.
At least the truth will come out. The truth will come out, and we'll come to understand exactly. And I'm telling you, and I want to be careful what I say here, because
yeah.
Individual. But I, like you, I am Catholic. I'm a lapsed Catholic. And I don't want to see pain and misery inflicted on anyone, but I relish what's happening to Biden, because that corrupt old man, how could...
I don't. You're talking like Whoopi Goldberg and MSNBC. I listen here. Biden is all the things we say, but he is a victim of severe elder abuse. If people go to prison for what they're doing to him, that guy needs to be in a nursing home. I mean, let me tell you something, okay? If that were my mother, and she and my stepfather's passed away, but if my stepfather was putting my mother through what they're putting Joe through, I would go to Attorney Barry Siegel. I'd go to court, and I would have their rights taken away from them. I mean, he is being abused by his wife. People go to prison for what she's doing, just on the elder abuse level.
It is shameful, and it just goes to show how power hungry and how power avaricious they are, that they aren't willing to do the right thing by their father, their grandfather.
Because they're all scumbuckets. They're all scummy.
And then juxtapose them, and I'm not trying to make the Trumps out into being angel, but look, they actually achieve things in their lives on the up and up. Okay, they're not drug-addled, debauched,
that have gotten rich off the national treasury.
Distributing. Correct. Yeah, these are people who've actually gone out and achieved things with their lives. I can't tell you the number of kids that I grew up with that came from the Mount Vernon district, that they were derelicts by the time they got out of high school, because they knew they were going to inherit money from mommy and dad.
Exactly.
It's right there. Anyway, that's all I had to say.
Yeah. All right. I that's okay. Good call. Thanks so much. I told you when you retired, you'd still wake up early. Oh my goodness. There's only one opening on the board, and sticking by my vow to take the breaks on time, we're going to do that. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. Call us on hold, stand by. We'll be back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Brian Craig here. I've been telling you about how my chiropractor, Dr. Philip Appleton, has rid me of pain from a knee injury and arthritis pain with his laser away pain treatment. But
Tone. I want to thank you guys once again. I've listened to this show since the mid-'80s. Thank you for introducing me to Dr. Appleton, Brian and Steve. I went in there last week. I had a knee problem. One session, I feel so much better. I brought my mother there yesterday. She has a problem with her right side or her arm. She's right-handed. She feels better. It's amazing. And for people out there that are dealing with pain, believe me, there is an alternative. Go in there for the free consultation. FREE free. You will lose. The only thing you'll lose is the pain that you're dealing with. Do not suffer. Go in there to see Dr. Appleton. The greatest visit of your life.
Give Dr. Appleton a call right now. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonCairo.com. Open Monday through Saturday. Appointments not necessary. And walk-ins are welcome. 954-973-0710.
Trust is essential when it comes to your finances, so be sure to place your trust in the right hands. Before sharing sensitive information with a CPA, verify their credentials using DBPR's license verification tool. Visit myfloridalicense.com. Enter your CPA's information and find out if you're working with a licensed professional. Trust with confidence and verify your CPA today. This message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even
Every
know.
line on the board's lit. Well, no, there's one opening.
Or tingling in your hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching. Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right. You know, the free doorbell camera offer from Slowman's is back with the installation of your Slowman Shield. I'm going to give you the number in a minute. You want to get this. I just got a notification during the break. There was someone at my door. It was Amazon. And thankfully, this guy put the package out of the rain. He put it way up in the corner, away from the rain, on the porch. You know, having that doorbell camera is such a convenience, but it's also security. And I've talked to you guys, you know, answering the door for people is dangerous. It's dangerous. You know how many home invasions happen that way? Forget about it. You need to know who's at your door. And you know what? You don't have to open the door just because there's someone there. You know, my wife and I, we get deliveries all the time. We do the DoorDash and we do Instacart. I never let those people see the inside of my house. Leave it at the door. Leave it on the porch. I can see who's there, and I see my food's there. I see my groceries there, and you got to get, this is a great deal from Slowman's. No matter where you're located, give them a call. Okay, now this is a limited time offer. You'll get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your phone and mobile devices like I have with the installation of your Slowman Shield. Slowman's is also going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. Oh, yeah. You know, we have this security system here at the radio station, okay? And I know this is hard for you to believe, but there are some people that don't like me for some reason. And, we got the security system right here. Slowman's going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring, which includes an LED touchscreen, a motion detector, 10 contacts, a lifetime warranty, and backup battery. Plus, the free doorbell camera offer is in place with the installation of your Slowman Shield. All right, here's the number. Give them a call. Toll free, 1-833-283-5050. 1-833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050. All right, let's go back to the phones, taking the calls in the order in which they were received. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
You know, what MSNBC is trying to do, particularly after that speech, is they're trying to get back narrative control. All right? That's what they're trying to do there. And part of it is also the fact that they're trying to get this thing back, and they're trying to misreport the story that happened on Saturday, about the shooting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what they're trying to do there.
Well, they're what's at MSNBC, the liberal media in general, but MSNBC don't conceal it. They are too out of control. They're angry that people like Trump and that people have sympathy for him and people are loving on him and crying for him and everything else. They can't stand that people love him. It drives them nuts because they hate him so much.
And here's the deal: you look at what just happened over there in Fort Mac and Fort Pierce with the dismissal of the documents case. They're still attacking Judge Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
They're still attacking her.
That's how liberals are. Why do you think I got to live under security here at the radio station in my home? Why do you think I got to have cameras and stuff all over the place? Thanks, Mike. Liberals are terrible people. And, you know, this punk kid with these 3 overseas encrypted bank accounts? Are you kidding me? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Richard Anthony.
Hey, Richard, speak up.
Okay, I'll be very brief. Tell me if you see any similarity in what I'm about to say. Before Lee Harvey Oswald was shot, he said, "I'm just a patsy." You know, do you see any similarities here with this?
Well, yeah, I don't. This guy definitely is a patsy, but Lee Harvey Oswald was part of an operation. I mean, knowingly. I mean, you know, I was talking yesterday on the air that Lee Harvey Oswald's wife was the daughter of a Russian general. Remember, he had defected to the Soviet Union. They let him back in the country. I mean, you know, so Lee Harvey Oswald was like a CIA, FBI asset. That's why George H.W. Bush was in Dallas that day, coincidentally, right? But this kid is not a Lee Harvey Oswald, right? This kid is technically a patsy. He's no doubt about it. Yeah. But anyway, go ahead. We don't have to agree. I mean, keep going. Where were you heading?
Okay, but I just want to be brief. The other day I called and I was going on and on.
Yeah, it's okay.
My little theory, and I'll keep it to 30 seconds, I think this creep walked into the door of that office to donate money to Democratic people, and they noticed right away this guy's nuts, and he's perfect. And someone made a phone call to someone, and that someone made a phone call to someone, and then another one, someone dirty, someone, hey, wait, we got a guy. He says he has a gun. He lives in the neighborhood. This is perfect. And he was set up as a patsy. Okay.
Well, I think, I would, set up, but recruited. Now, the question is specifically who? And, I mean, I have my theories, but I'm not going to give them all right now. I need a little more information, but there's you know, yesterday, Judge Janine on the 5, this was an interesting thing. She looks like she's on Ozempic, too. Does everyone on Fox look like they're on Ozempic? That Ozempic face where they look like they're starving? They get that Karen Carpenter face going on? Judge Janine said yesterday they were talking about the senators chasing down the head of the Secret Service at the RNC. Judge Janine said on the 5 yesterday that the director of the Secret Service is a suspect in her mind. A suspect. It's like, wow, that's amazing. Huh? Isn't that something? Judge Janine said that. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Ellen from Baltimore.
Hey, Baltimore. What's up?
Well, you know, this kid that shot him, I think he was a lone player. I mean, he was a registered Republican. His family was Trump supporters.
By the way, that's not true. That's not true. His mother's a liberal Democrat. His dad, I haven't seen that, but his dad's it's been reported his mother's a Democrat. It's been reported that his dad's a libertarian, and one of his friends said that not only did one of the friends of the shooter said that he hated Trump and was always trashing Trump.
Well, that's strange because the neighbors said they had Trump signs all over their yard, you know.
I mean, it could just.
So what are you saying? That Trump's not MAGA enough? What are you trying to say? By the way, you're one of the idiots that wouldn't condemn the gunman the other day. You should be ashamed of yourself. An old lady like you should know better. You're not a.
You hung up. You didn't even give me a chance to explain myself.
There's no explaining. Why do you think the shooter has 3 overseas encrypted bank accounts?
Is that for sure?
Yes. Yes.
I haven't heard that.
Well, I'm sorry that you're behind the times, but yes, it's a fact. Widely reported.
Maybe he just read Project 25 or
Read Project 25? Tell me about Project 25. No, you tell me. You're the one that doesn't like it. Tell me. Tell me what it is. Big mouth.
So we're taking of the whole government.
No, it's got nothing. First off, that's not what Project 2025 is, and President Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025. Why are you a Democrat Trump hater? Did you have an abortion when you were young or something?
Oh God, you're so gross.
Did you? Did what? Why? Why are you a liberal? Why are you a liberal Democrat? You're old enough to know better. She thinks, yeah. You don't believe in what? You don't believe in what?
Propaganda and conspiracy theories.
Propaganda and conspiracy theories. No. You've been a liberal Democrat your whole long life, right? What are you, like 75?
Ask me.
So before Trump, why were you a liberal Democrat before Trump came on the scene?
Because I believe we should treat all people equally.
Well, then you should be a Republican.
That's not true.
How do Republicans treat people unequally? Give me an example of how Republicans do not treat people equally. I'll give you examples of how Democrats don't, but tell me how Republicans do not treat people equally.
Well, everybody that's a minority that has a job, you label them DEI.
No, that's not true. People that are incompetent, that are minorities, like those lady Secret Service agents Saturday, that's DEI. That's affirmative action.
That's all minorities.
No, that's not all. No, not all minorities are affirmative action hires. That's your bigotry. So you're down. So you're down with the minorities. When's the last time you had a black person in your home?
Oh, several weeks ago.
Yeah, and what were they doing there? What were they doing there?
Came to visit me.
To do what? What were they visiting you for? What? Really? And what were they? What did you talk? What's their name?
Bobby.
Bobby. Is that with an I, or is it a guy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Okay, so you had Bobby with an I, who's black, into your house, and what'd you talk about?
What we talked about, how we were doing, and we talked about when we worked together.
Yeah, well, that's good. So you've got a black friend. So what are you, a freedom rider now? You got a black friend, so you're like a freedom rider? What have you done? What have you done to help minorities that you're so concerned about in your life, other than have a conversation with Bobby?
I worked at the soup kitchen.
What's that got to do with black people? You think black people can't afford their own food?
Oh my God, you're really...
I asked what you did for black people, other than have a conversation with Bobby from the soup kitchen, and you said work at a soup kitchen. You've got a negative stereotype of minorities. You understand that, right? Oh, she hung up. She hung up. Oh my goodness. I imagine Bobby is probably her home health care nurse who came over to, do wound care or something. And they had a conversation while she was cleaning out her porta potty or something that she has in the living room or next to her bed at night. If you're on hold, hang in there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What have you done for black? I worked at a soup kitchen. Yeah, it's like Biden. Blacks can't afford food. Poor people are black. That's what she said. Oh, my goodness. All right, if you're on hold, hang in there. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. It is open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Any and everything on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. You're not limited to the topics that we bring up. Although, I thought I brought up some important things that I'd like you to comment on. We'll be back after our top-of-the-hour break.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. This is Michael Marone from the All-Year Cooling Weather Center. Today is July 19th, 2024, and right now it's 79 degrees outside, and it's going to reach as high as 92 today. It is still a heat advisory, so make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, stay dry from those rainy storms for the rest of your Friday.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Speed on 95 north and south through Delray Beach, Boynton Beach, Lake Worth, and West Palm. Turnpike southbound, slowdowns past Boynton Beach Boulevard. Construction in Lake Worth, 6th Avenue south from Grove Street to Congress Avenue. This traffic update is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial, auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Come out to the poker room at PBKC with 65 tables of poker action, open daily for cash games, daily high hands, mega bad beat jackpots, and exciting tournaments. Grab your friends and check out the $10 poker party on Friday, July 26th.
Or not, I hope you will.
New players to experience tournament play. Bet small and win big with table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum all day, every day. Go to pbkennelclub.com.
Hey, check your phone. Someone's on your doorstep and is trying to look for a way into your home. If no one is monitoring your home, then you need to call Slowman's now. Slowman's is giving you a free, $1,500 valued home security system with professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. Call 1-833-283-5050 and learn more about this incredible limited-time total home security package. You're getting an LED touchscreen keypad, a motion detector, 10 entry points, a lifetime service plan, professional installation, and backup battery. Call 1-833-283-5050 and you'll also get a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Slowman shield. That's 1-833-283-5050. Slowman's, the difference is human. When you need lab work, don't waste hours and hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs. Go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere. No appointment, doctor's order, or prescription is needed, and you're in and out in 15 minutes or less. They offer every lab and blood work your doctor could order. They even have drug testing and STD testing. Take control of your health care and visit Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. There's lots of Any Lab Test Nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers.
Oh, man.
You have, I get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with...
All righty, welcome back. And just a little addition to Friendly Tire. Friendly Tire is open on Saturdays. And I'll tell you, I was driving Up I-95 today, and it was the rains this morning on the way in were just brutal rains, and it came out of nowhere. I was going the maximum speed limit, okay, and the rain just came pouring down, and I got, I always have new tires on my car. Before Friendly Tire, I was driving around on tire. Don't you guys? Before I met Friendly Tire, yeah, I'm sure you've all done this. I was driving around on tires I shouldn't be. In this rainy season, you want good tires, tread on your tires, and that means when it's raining like it is today, you're safe and secure, and you're not hydroplaning everywhere. So give Mike at Friendly Tire a call. He'll give you a quote right over the phone, and remember, the price he gives you is out the door and on the road. He does not charge you to balance the tire, mount the tire, or dispose of your old tires. He has all the name brands you know and love: Goodyear, Pirelli, Bridgestone, Michelin. And he also has thousands of good used tires in stock, too, at incredibly low prices. And you can get new tires out the door and on the road for as low as $70 a tire. And that's a common size on some of the most common vehicles on the road today. That'd be your car. Mike got a new car. Mike the board op. That would your tires if you get when you got a new car, so you don't need new tires. But when you do, $70 a tire at Friendly Tire. That's amazing. He is open on Saturdays and does tire repairs too. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. All right, back to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. How you doing? This is Maria from Florida.
Hey, Maria.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, I do apologize. I've been trying to call your radio show, but it seems like I wouldn't get no connection.
Well, the phones have been busy this week.
Yeah.
So it could have been a hard time getting through.
Yeah, that's fine. But I want to say I was a little bit, well, not a little bit, I was a lot emotion on what happened last Saturday, and I will never forget that day. I cannot believe that someone literally tried to take him out.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and to me, I don't want to be on the conspiracy theorist, but I do believe it's more than what the Secret Service and the FBI is telling us, and soon it will be exposed. Cause nothing never.
Well, this punk kid, we find out he had 2 cell phones and 3 overseas encrypted bank accounts. I mean, come on, this is nuts.
Yeah, I just heard that actually this morning because I was so tuned into the convention, I wasn't even paying attention what they was talking about, and I heard it this morning. Came across my my phone. I was like, oh Lord, really? I said I knew it had to be more to that. So it's more coming out on that situation.
Oh yeah.
But I just thank God that Donald Trump is alive and he's able to tell his story, what he went through, and I know it, by me looking at him on the TV. Imagine how he looked in person. He was, to me, very emotional.
He was.
And that's because when you're in a situation like that, no one knows what it's like when a bullet is coming at you. That's really tough to deal with. And but I just want to say that we all have to stick together, and we all have to get out and vote for him, because we are 1 foot away of winning this, and we need to make sure we stand up for him, and not only that, support him in any way that we can.
That's right.
To make sure that he's our winner.
That's right.
I don't think for Democrat Party controlling this nation anymore. That's it for me.
Yeah, you're right. All right, Maria, good to talk to you. Thanks so much. All right, take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Once, twice. Okay. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, IB. Ross?
Hey, IB.
You hear me okay?
I hear you fine.
Hey, brother. That Ellen from Jersey really bugs me, but, you know, I don't want to use bad words. I don't want to sound like a person like her. She's like the definition of someone being dropped in their head and unwilling to learn and accept reality.
Mm-hmm.
When he said that the Jersey rally was only 20,000 people, always hangs up the phone and she goes back in or says baloney. I don't want people like that.
Notice I asked her a very specific question about being liberal, and she didn't deny it. I don't know if you caught what my question to her was.
Made, like Trump would say, a beautiful speech last night. No teleprompter or anything, and he's just elegant with his words. He I don't know what he's going to do in politics, but he's a statesman. He's a statesman, like a diplomat kind of guy. I mean, that was a totally awesome speech. Yesterday, I was up against the break, so I couldn't bring this up. When you talked about the mother calling the police, that is a big something going on there. That is huge. Once we investigate, what is that all about?
Mm-hmm.
Brainwashed or bribed, and here we are. You got to be one, or maybe both. Okay, so these pieces, and the people are in the building ready to clean the building down.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it out of Pulp Fiction after they kill the person and they call in the cleaner to clean it up on the scene. Come on, this looking.
Well, you know, there was the New York Times blew me away with what the New York Times did the best video reenactment I've seen yet of the entire incident. The police sharpshooters, you've heard Bongino say, were on the second floor, not the roof. They were on the second floor of the building that the shooter was on top of. I mean, and the Secret Service sharpshooter, there were two teams. One, their view of that roof was completely obstructed by trees. The other one had a partial view, and this shooter was perfectly lined up with Trump. This punk kid did not do this on his own. There's a big cabal was behind this.
That is why I said no one was on the water tower. The water tower would have scoped everything out, and they left it open so Trump can be vulnerable. It's not a conspiracy. It is done by our government, okay? It's the money and the power.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Power and money. Absolutely corrupt, okay?
And everybody knows this. I mean, you know, even Fox is practically saying it. You know, I told you, in the last hour I mentioned this. This blew me away. I was watching The Five yesterday, waiting for, the convention coverage. And Judge Jeanine said on the air that the head of the Secret Service, that lady, what's her name, Cheetos? I forgot her name. That she is a suspect. That Judge Jeanine said she's a suspect.
Yesterday.
That's crazy.
She's kind of shady, looking shady. I heard it yesterday, too, on a couple of different interviews.
Mm-hmm.
This just sinks to high heaven, man.
It does. All right, IB, have a good weekend. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Renee from Harlem.
Yes. What do you want? Am I supposed to play some music to announce that you're gracing us with your venom?
You're a racist. That you're an ageist as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
An ageist?
And you're trying to castigate her for having a black friend? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Uh-huh.
And your daughter married an Aztec. Hate that, don't you?
Well, my daughter's not married yet, but, if you want to be like Whoopi and attack people's children, you really need to do some self-reflection.
You do.
Mm.
Have kids.
Mm. I'm trying to all this poison that you're spewing towards me. Have you gotten relief yet? Because what you're doing is trying to get relief from your anger and frustration. Sometimes people yell, they punch a wall. You're saying all these just nasty, inappropriate things to me to try to get some relief. Do you feel better yet, or do you have to throw some more poison my way? At what point will you feel like okay about yourself?
Aren't you the one that has that?
I guess not yet.
People are running out of white people in this country, and you have
No, I've never said that. I've never said that. No, I don't. No, I never said that. Play the tape. Play the tape. Play the tape.
Play the tape.
Play it. Let's go.
Fact that there's just too many white people coming up, and we're running out of white people, and we got the vanishing.
No, I've never said that. I never said any of that. I've never said any of that.
I'll play you the tape.
Play it right now. I'm here. Let's go. Put your phone up to the thing. When I said that there's not enough white people. That's dead air. See what I'm talking? What kind of person has recordings of people in their living room? What did you? I'm waiting. Now I have talked about the birth rate and the death rate and the replacement theory. Yeah, sure. Well, I'm just filling in time. The great replacement theory?
That's it. Yeah, what about that replacement theory?
No, I'm waiting for the tape of me saying that there's not enough white people. I can only hold on so much, you know. I'm late for a break, Renee.
The internet is what it does.
Yeah, the internet is what it is. Maybe I never said it. How about that? And by the way, the great replacement theory is not about replacing white people. The great replacement theory is about replacing the American people with South American people. Okay? That's it. The Democrats want to replace all Americans because we're not loyal enough to them. Oh, my goodness. All right. Can you imagine what that's like? I mean, how many of you have people recording you and keeping tapes of you and having them in their... I mean, I'm picturing this guy in his living room with all this computer equipment trying to cue up video and sound of me. Is that creepy? It's creepy. It is creepy, isn't it? It's creepy. That's my life, people. Oh, man. All right, 16 minutes after the hour. Callers on hold. Stand by. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Did you know the Volin Center offers free transportation? Catching a ride with the Volin Center coach has never been easier. The Volin Center has been providing rides for seniors age 60 and over since 1968. Available to all clients and the public. Pick you up or take you home. To shopping and appointments too. Servicing Boca, Delray, Boynton, and free rides to doctors. The Volin Center. Together, we make community happen. Learn more at volincenter.com.
Are you exhausted after work with no energy left in the tank to give your family? Are you having a midday crash on a daily basis? Women, are menopause symptoms like hot flashes, anxiety, and depression making your daily life feel far more difficult than it should? Men, do you feel like you are aging far beyond what you should? Is your sexual life and relationship suffering because of disappointments in the bedroom? Then take action and let our medical team at Lighthouse Medical Center help you stop the symptoms that are holding you back. We use all natural hormone optimization therapies with precision technology to help solve your problematic symptoms. Our family-owned practice has had the honor of serving our South Florida community for over 71 years. Call us right now and let our medical team get you optimized and feeling the way that you should. Life is too short to be running at less than 100%. You and your family deserve the best version of you. Call us at 754-222-6642.
Oh, my wife got me this new Trump shirt. Can you guys read the back? I forgot what it says on the back. Can you see it? Pretty good shirt. Let me see if I come a little further out. Pretty good.
Mention my name, John Tesh. You'll receive a free copy of Joe's book, Retirement Know-It-All. Great book. Call 561-743-0999.
A midday crisis at 7:15 in the morning.
JupiterJoe.com. That's JupiterJoe.com.
South Florida, are you ready to be a part of history?
Hey guys, please, if you have not done it already, sub to my second channel. I have the link pinned to the top of the chat. There's also a link in the description of the video, the Brian Craig Clips channel. And also watch the videos, if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to get that channel monetized. So make sure you watch and sub to that channel.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and a world at True Oldies.
All right. I'm waiting for Renee. You know what Renee's going to do? He's going to do something on an AI voice app, which they have now. You know, people mostly use it for, like, celebrity voices, but I know a guy, well, I'm not going to talk about because that's what he's trying to do. Ella wrote this letter to Dr. Appleton. Dear Dr. Appleton, I wanted to thank you for giving my life back to me. My knees are now painless. I'd like to let you know that after 3 weeks, how I'm doing. Every day I can walk and stand without any pain in the evening. I don't suffer like I did before. After I came back home, I had a doctor's appointment. Surprisingly, my blood pressure read 118. Usually it's 135 to 146. I asked my doctor if my painless knee has something to do with it. The doctor said yes. Not only is my pain gone, but my heart rate is not up and my heart is not working as hard as before. Thank you, Eller. Eller, this is the listener who flew down to Fort Lauderdale from Rochester, New York, just to have his knees treated by Dr. Appleton with a laser wave pain treatment. That's amazing. That's an absolutely amazing story. Give Dr. Appleton a call. You know, walk-ins are welcome. Appointments never necessary, even on Saturdays. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Dennis from Virginia.
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah, you've said that you think that this attempted assassination against Trump was a government operation. Is that correct?
People inside the government and others, and yes, deep state operation, yeah.
Have you looked into the possibility that this was a CIA operation?
Well, how would I look into it? MK Ultra, yeah, everybody thinks that this happened because Biden didn't drop out.
The MK Ultra part.
How am I supposed to check that out? I know we can all say it, we can speculate, but we don't, none of us have the tools to investigate that. We can just look at all the evidence that comes in, and more comes in every day. There's too many coincidences here. And now we got this. Now we got the story that this punk dim donor shooter had 2 cell phones and 3 overseas encrypted bank accounts.
Yeah, well, okay. I don't have any problem with that. It's just that it seems to fit that these assassins can be programmed to their children, and they live a normal life until they are brought out again.
Yeah, I know. I saw that movie. It was a real movie. It's called Telephone with Charles Bronson. I want to caution you guys this. Don't get in. I know what MK Ultra is and all that stuff. Okay. And that's also a storyline that's on the new season of Criminal Minds on Paramount Plus. I watched this week's episode this morning before I came in. Okay, I was up early. I've been up since like 1:30 in the morning, guys. I didn't have time to watch Criminal Minds before I came in. Be very careful about getting involved in conspiracy theories that are not based on what we have. There's too much factual information coming out to get involved in these Tom Clancy scenarios. You understand what I mean? When you start getting involved in things that are not in, there's so much reporting going on about Saturday's shooting that it's best to stick with the facts that are coming out on that instead of going down these rabbit holes like MK Ultra. And the reason that is those crazy conspiracy theories, and they may not be so crazy, but if they're not based on the facts that are out there, it'll discredit the truth. So you don't want to start getting involved in all these other things, okay? But a lot of people like to talk like close to MK Ultra, and they can be programmed from their youth, and then they're, come on. There's an old saying, sometimes a banana is just a banana. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? No, you're banned. You're banned from the show. You're banned. I banned you. Okay, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Morning, Brian. This is Nick out of Boston.
Hey, Nick.
Just wanted to mention one thing to you to confirm what you're saying. From last Saturday,
regular NBC News over the air, they went full blown with the coverage of the attempt Trump's life. Okay, from 6:30 until 1 a.m. Eastern. Then they were the only commercial network to carry the convention over the air, and so I just wanted to say it confirms what you're saying. NBC's trying to move the other way, and I think MSNBC is going to be gone. I agree with you, because somebody in upper management figured it out. Hey, we almost got this guy killed.
Well, you know, Joe Scarborough was taken off the air Monday, and then he came back the next day attacking the management. You do this again, there'll be an empty chair. Who gives a crap about you, Joe, okay? By the way, what's the story with that dead girl that was found in your congressional office in Florida? I'd like to know. You know, this thing, Scarborough, they're not doing it now because it's the election season. We're four months away from the election, and there's a lot of ad sales and things. But I'm telling you that by the midterm elections, MSNBC is not going to be what it is today. They're gonna clean house over there.
Because they've gone too far, and they're in a lot of trouble over there. I can just say that they're in a lot of trouble. And for me to see the network, the main network, go mainstream, you know, kind of like in the middle. Yeah. Big change. It's a big change. It's a big change. So I think you're right. I think, but the other two networks, ABC and CBS, did not cover it, but they're in a lot of trouble too. And I was listening to, was it Trish Regan? She's indicating she thinks that ABC is going to be up for sale.
Yeah, and this business of MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, and them pretending they're at the convention when they're not. And it was more than just the backdrop. They had the sounds of the convention in the background to make it sound like they were at the arena. I mean, that's insane.
Rachel Maddow, before I go, she should be arrested because she violated Trump's privacy.
What did she do? I don't remember.
Well, she revealed his tax returns.
Oh yeah, that's criminal. Isn't that what Julian Assange went to prison for? Doing similar things?
Yeah, well, she violated the Privacy Act and she violated his civil rights, and she should be in prison.
You know, out of everyone on television, she thinks she's so much smarter than everybody else. I've never seen someone so arrogant. She's got the mind of a chipmunk, but she thinks she's the smartest woman alive.
But she's the dumbest, one of the dumbest. Whoopi being the really dummy.
Yes. Yeah. All right, take care. Good to hear from you, Nick. We're going to take our bottom of the hour break and be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Okay. Let me see.
Tonight, while we were on set at MSNBC, we had a lot of breaking news. And one of the big pieces of breaking news is that President Biden has COVID. He's contracted COVID. Within 20...
Good morning, everybody. This is Michael Marone from the All Year Cooling Weather Center. Today is July 19th, 2024, and right now it's 79 degrees outside, and it's going to reach as high as 92 today. It is still a heat advisory, so make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, stay dry from those rainy storms for the rest of your Friday.
CR gifted 5 memberships. That's awesome. Yeah, those of you that are members, my wife added 3 new emojis. She added the J.D. Vance emoji and 2 new Trump emojis. If you remember, you get all the cool emojis. Now, I just pinned the link to Tom Laporta at Laporta Roofing, who will never sell you a roof you do not need. Man, it's raining today all over Florida, too. If you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you got a leak in your roof, call Tom Laporta. Now, the number we give out is his cell phone number. You can call or text. You know, this is a big company. He covers from Jupiter to Miami, from Tampa to Naples, everywhere in between in Florida, the East Coast, the West Coast of Florida. And you can get him directly on the phone. That's amazing. Call him. He'll answer. You'll see. He'll pick up. He works with every type of roofing material there is and on every type of structure. Homes, warehouses, municipal buildings, schools, churches, condo buildings, apartment buildings, whatever type of structure, Tom Laporta does it. You can find him online at laportaroofing.com. That's laportaroofing.com. Or give him a call, 954-604, excuse me, 4602. 954-604-4602. There's also a link to laportaroofing.com in the description of the video. So give him a call and tell him that you heard me telling you about him, if you don't mind. If you're on hold, hang in there.
Given on the phone, worked on in days, not weeks, easier than ordering a pizza.
Trust in CMI Air Conditioning and Electrical to always put you first when it comes to installing and repairing your air conditioner. And trust in CMI to only install top quality equipment like the Trane XV20i air conditioner. You know what they say, it's hard to stuff a Trane. AC problem? Call CMI Air Conditioning and Electrical, 561-844-1004. CMIAC.com.
Ooh. It's been a rough week, guys.
This is Brian Craig, and I want to tell you about my anti-aging doctor, Dr. Mitch Matez at the Biostation West El Rey, and hormone replacement pellet therapy. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is all natural. What it does is restore your hormones to where they were when you were in your 20s. You'll feel younger, you'll have more energy, you'll get your sex drive back, and women, hormone replacement pellet therapy completely stops and reverses all the signs and symptoms of menopause. Mood swings, gone. Night sweats, gone. I've met listeners before and after hormone replacement pellet therapy with Dr. Matez, and when I first meet him, they're like Joe Biden, and no one wants to be like him. And then I meet him again after they began hormone replacement pellet therapy, and they have their energy back, just like Trump.
Rest later, focus out. That's exactly right.
Years younger. It's always a free consultation with Dr. Matez when you tell him you heard about him on the radio. 561-320-8893.
I've got a meeting this morning, kind of far from here, and then after that, I'm done for the day. All right, callers on hold, stand by. 34 minutes after the hour, and again, it is Friday, so it's open phones, Open MAGA Mike Friday. And on Open MAGA Mike Friday, you're welcome to call in about any and everything on your mind. You're not limited to the topics we bring up. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. 2631. Man, the rains today have just been awful. I almost rode my Vespa, the Maga Scooter 2.0 in today, because at my house it was dry as a bone. And then I got about halfway here, and then just out of nowhere, just incredible. I saw a car on I-95 that was spun out on the side of the road up on the swale. Oh my goodness, it was awful. And it didn't look like they were rushing, the first responders, and that's not a good sign. I hope they're okay. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Ricky from North Carolina.
Hey, Ricky, what's up?
Hey, I just want you to know that President Trump's speech really touched me last night when I was driving and working, I'm a truck driver that's been living in summertime to another terminal, and I've been in tears, and I just I've been wanting to sign my hat for a long time, but after I saw him get shot at, and I didn't really care anymore. I'm just glad to see that he was alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Anyway, thank you, Brian. I appreciate you.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate your call. That MSNBC panel that pretends to be at the convention with Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid, and all the rest, and they always ask Rachel Maddow questions, and they go like she's some oracle of knowledge. Do you know what question I would have asked Rachel Maddow last night covering the convention? You know what I would have asked? Do you think Melania is hot, Rachel? What do you think? I think that'd catch her off guard. Maybe Rachel Maddow's anger towards Trump is she's jealous that he's got Melania. Rachel Maddow is married to an elderly woman. Have you ever seen her wife? Look her up online. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug.
Hey, Doug.
First thing I'd like to say is I went to see Affordable Friendly Mike yesterday, and he's still the greatest guy, man.
Oh, isn't he?
Great prices. He's fantastic. Anyway, you mentioned Whoopi Goldberg. Did you hear not Jeff Black, what's his name, Black?
Jack Black?
Jack Black, that stupid moron, that lousy actor. I don't know why anybody likes that guy, but if he's on a movie, I will never watch.
I've always liked Jack Black, and I've seen a lot of his movies, but not anymore. And what he did was extra scummy. He blamed everything on his friend, and his friends lost his career. His agent dropped him, and everything else. And Jack Black has like 4 movies coming out. So he's in a panic.
I won't be watching him. What he said was unforgivable, and that's it. So Jack Black is done. I never liked him that much. I thought he was overrated, but you like him? Okay, whatever.
Yes, I will give you overrated. Yes, but he's been good. I liked the Jumanji movie. I liked Jumanji. He was good in that. That was good. The remake they did of that. He was good in that. I saw the first one. I didn't see the sequel. And what else has he been in that I like? He's been in a couple of things I like, but not anymore. Not anymore.
That's it. That's what he.
But you know what though? I saw he makes videos like on his own with his kid, and he makes them at his house. And of course, he lives in a mansion in Hollywood. And he had Tony Hawk at his house. You know who Tony Hawk is? Oh, he's the biggest skateboard champion of all time. Okay, and he had Tony Hawk over at his house, and he lives in a mansion. Jack Black. It is disgusting. It looks like a hoarder lives there. It's not clean. There's crap everywhere. And in the backyard, he's like, oh, we got skateboard ramps in the backyard. Let's go out back, Tony Hawk. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'll watch it. His backyard looks, it's trashed. It's a mansion, but the backyard looks, it looks probably like the backyard of J.D. Vance's old house in the Appalachians. Where they have like the broken down cars and all that stuff on concrete. I couldn't believe the condition. He lives like a slob.
I think there's something wrong with him. He's not really totally sane. He has a weird sense about that guy. Even.
Well, the condition of his home goes to his mental state. He's got to have psychological issues. Jack Black. He's not normal, Yeah, no, yeah. If you're an actor at that level, you don't want to get involved in politics. Why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you turn half the country up, at least, well, probably more than half the country, that's for sure. The other thing is, forget about Jack Black, but I was so impressed with President Trump's granddaughter. Man, she never spoke to anybody before, and she gets up there and she killed it. She was fantastic.
I saw some video of her yesterday playing golf. She's going to go pro. She's going to go pro. I couldn't believe how she hit the ball. You know, Joe Thomas always invites me to go golfing, and I'd be embarrassed to go golf. I suck. You know what I mean? And you go out with guys that do it all the time. You know, it's embarrassed. I don't want to embarrass Joe Thomas thinks highly of me. He may change his opinion if he takes me out on the golf course. But Trump's granddaughter, no doubt about it, she's going to go pro.
Go out in front of an audience that knows the whole world is watching and be so calm and man.
Oh, and they even let me pull this up. This is Margaret Brennan from CBS. Let me pull this up. She's talking about that. Okay, Trump's granddaughter.
The Nation moderator, Margaret Brennan. And Margaret, about that imagery that Robert was mentioning and who we're going to hear from tonight, there's also a sign posted throughout this convention hall that says, "They're not after me, they're after you." What is that meant to convey?
This is very much a strongman image. I am your protector. And anything you hear in terms of criticism of me, it's really about you.
That's right.
Culture war, class war messaging here. But really, Nora, what's striking is this is not just, this isn't the Republican Party. This is the Trump family party now. And we are seeing that very clearly. This is built around this one personality.
Yeah, like the Kennedys, right? With the Democrats. Or remember the FDR Democrats? Give me a break.
And from the walk-on song, It's a Man's World yesterday, to Kid Rock tonight, to coming down with all the fighting, it's about I am your protector. It's an image we've seen around the world in other countries, and here, there are no other giants of the Republican Party. The only one here is Donald Trump on these.
That's right.
Only him.
And there's a paternal aspect to it as well, with all of the references to him as grandpa.
Isn't that interesting that, we hear so often of Joe Biden calling his grandkids all the time. Yesterday you heard...
except the one that, the Navy, right?
The grandchildren, hi, Trump say, oh, Grandpa calls me too. There wasn't a lot of acknowledgement that the former First Lady was not here. Ivanka Trump was not here until tonight. But it takes some of the rough edges off of the strong man when you see he has a family too.
Oh, he has a family too. There's an old, it's like that old joke, oh, Hitler had a girlfriend. Even Hitler had a girlfriend. That's what that joke is. That's what that line is about. This tyrant has a loving family too. That's a Hitler reference. And the reason that Melania and Ivanka have not been there, Margaret Brennan, who's married to a Muslim guy, by the way, she maybe because they shot Donald Trump on Saturday, Melania and Ivanka are maybe consoling their children who saw their grandpa get, or their dad in Barron's case, get shot on live TV. Maybe there's some trauma going on there, and they're taking care of their kids. These people are out of their minds, Doug.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. I know it. I think they know it too, but they just got to do what they got to do to try to be miserable people. I don't get it, but
they're called Democrats. Thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes.
Slowman.
Yeah, you're on the air. Speak up.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Listen, please tell that people that felons are allowed to re-register.
What? What do you? Well, call it, but you got to be coherent. I don't understand I can't understand you. It's a bad connection.
I'm sorry. I'll try again.
No, it's one call per day. All right, so you have to try next Friday. All right, we'll take our last break of the second hour and be right back.
Hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Good morning, Attorney Barry
morning. How are you?
Doing great. What do you have for us today, Barry?
You know, all of us here who have been in South Florida for a long time, we're seeing so many people who have moved here from out of state. The whole pandemic caused a lot of people to move here. And so what we are seeing in our offices at the Siegel Law Group is we're seeing a ton of people come in who are getting their estate planning changed to Florida estate planning documents, Florida trust, Florida powers of attorney, Florida healthcare documents, because even if they had done their estate planning in the past, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, whatever state they may have came from, if they are planning to be Florida residents, then they should have Florida estate planning documents that meet with the Florida laws. And so it's very important for anyone who has not yet had their...
Guys, just listen to the recap. You were chuckling because you were laughing.
He was on stage with a backup. Proper estate planning for their new state that they live in.
That's right, and it is always a free consultation with the Siegel Law Group when you mention that you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the radio, and no matter where you're located in Florida, Attorney Barry Siegel and the Siegel Law Group can help you. Find them online at SiegelLawGroup.com. You can call toll-free 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk next week.
Okay, have a great weekend.
All right.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now,
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane, you with us? Yes. All right, now before we get started, by the way, it is open phones today. Any and everything on your mind is fair game. It's Open Mega Mike Friday at 1-888-465-2631. I got an email on the way into the radio station this morning from Mike Lindell's office. They sent me a new commercial and a new special that they wanted to start immediately, but I didn't get here in time to do the editing. So I have Mike Lindell's portion, and then I'm supposed to record the ending, but I'm doing it live, okay? But there's an incredible new special on this. There's a new mattress topper that Mike Lindell has developed, and he's talking about it here, and then I'll tell you the deal. Listen.
I'm excited to announce my all-new mattress topper. In the times we're in, I wanted to bring you the best affordable mattress topper ever. So I took my two best technologies and combined them to make the ultimate mattress topper. And now you can get it for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. It all starts with my famous MyPillow foam that provides you that overall full body support. Second is the individual comfort supports that give you an amazing custom sleep experience. It's like it's made specifically for you. The queen size alone has over 14,000 comfort supports. This is the perfect mattress topper to improve any bed. New bed, old bed, your guest beds. Get them for every bedroom in your house. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the all-new My Mattress Topper for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. Don't delay. Order today.
Yeah, and of course that deal is with promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com. You can also order by phone toll-free, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. All right, so, and by the way, I saw Mike Lindell interviewed at the RNC convention yesterday, too. He was there. So what, you got anywhere you want to go, Steve, or do you want to...
Open phone Friday.
That it is, but there are some things I do want to bring up, though, that have to be shared. I was talking earlier, what they've put President Trump through is unbelievable, right? They've arrested him. They've took him to the jail and got a mugshot of him. They got 34 fraudulent convictions from a corrupt judge who probably was bribed through the daughter's fundraising. They went to Judge Engoron's courtroom and got a judgment against him on that property value case. They got that weirdo woman, that civil lawsuit against him where the judge awarded $1 trillion, some ungodly amount of money to her, might as well be $1 trillion. They broke into Donald Trump's home. They brought with them a safecracker. They broke into his personal safe. They tossed his office. They went through his wife's underwear drawer, and then they went through her entire wardrobe in the closet, the FBI. After they were done with that, they went into his son's room and tossed his son's room. Then they went into President Trump's private office and tossed that. And then over the weekend, you may have seen this in the news, they shot him. I mean, I don't know what else President Trump has to do to prove that he's dedicated himself to this country. And CNN's commentary at the convention last night was disgusting. They had a comedian that I've never heard of named Roy Wood Jr., and this is CNN. Listen.
You here, Roy, because just listen to the recaps. You were chuckling because you were laughing.
He was on stage with a bag of cocaine taped to his
He was on stage with a bag of cocaine taped to his face, and then they think that's funny.
That wasn't a band-aid. That looked like the Band-Aid you did while you waiting on the Band-Aid you're supposed to get.
Okay, these monsters at CNN. First off, my question would be, how do you know what a bag of cocaine looks like? It seems like you got some familiarity with that. You must have visited Biden at the White House where it's laying all over the joint. But no, that is a dressing for a bullet wound, all right? And they're sitting around thinking it's funny. I mean, I've never seen anything like this, Steve. You know, we had a president shot this week, and they're making jokes about it.
I mean, that's what seems to me.
In shock? I don't think they're in shock. I think they're upset that he's here with us still. You know, and that's why they're punchy and acting so weird. Now, I want to talk a little bit though about this story that Biden's going to drop out of the race on Sunday. I don't believe that story. Pelosi said that she's been talking to Biden and he's open to it. Did you see Biden yesterday getting off the plane, Steve?
I watched most of it.
You know, I saw Biden get off the plane yesterday. He was out of it. I mean, you could tell. He's not negotiating anything with anyone. Okay? So what they're trying to do is put pressure on Biden by leaking out a story that he's ready to step aside from the running. I don't believe that story. Now that
in the close.
Yeah. Now it may happen, but he's not in negotiations with anyone. The negotiations have to be with people other than him, and I don't believe that Jill Biden would go along with it. The other thing is that I don't buy any. Now again, who know, we're going to find out. They say it's going to happen Sunday, and I could be wrong. That's fine. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So what? Okay. No one really knows. Anyone who talks about it, it's pure speculation. And then the Democrats are talking about this mini primary and having an open convention, where Kamala is going to have to compete with whoever else wants the nomination. I just don't buy this. You mean to tell me that the administration is going to go along with the president and the vice president being passed over? There's something that stinks here. I don't buy any of this, okay? And what they... are you connected, Steve? Okay, good. Okay, because I didn't hear you talking, so Okay. Okay, but I thought you might have some comment on what I'm bringing up. But the story just doesn't make sense to me. That Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are both agreeing to one. He's going to announce he's not seeking re-election. He will not endorse Kamala, and then Kamala has to go and fight for the nomination from some other people. None of that makes sense. There's too many. It's too convenient. I don't know. What are your thoughts? You got any?
It's incoherent.
Well,
it's hard to separate one story from the other.
It's all BS. It's all BS. There's no way Kamala's like, oh yeah, I'll go and fight for it. I'm the sitting vice president of the United States. I'm not going to get the endorsement of my partner, the president. And I'm just going to go fight against with Whitmer and Newsom and whatever other person wants to. It doesn't make sense.
Only common sense that I can put together of the whole deal is Biden lives for the limelight. This is his last hurrah. Once he retires, quote unquote, it's over for him.
No, yeah. Why would he step aside? They're not offering him anything. He's got the nomination.
This period is a negotiating period for Biden and Hunter.
Biden is comatose. Biden is comatose. You know, if you saw him yesterday, I've never seen him look so bad. And they kept showing the video on loop over and over and over and over again. I mean, I've never seen him as bad as he looked yesterday. And I'm not even sure I buy the COVID story. Okay? That he has COVID. I think he is in such a bad state due to the overworking and the stress has caused him to be more symptomatic to whatever he has, that they're using COVID as a cover story to keep him secluded. I think he is totally out of it. He got off the plane yesterday. He had to walk down 4, maybe 5 steps. He walked down 2 steps. He stood there. He looks around. And when he's confused, he does this thing where he holds his hands and arms up like in a box, like he's holding a box kind of motion. And he looks and goes, that means whenever he does that, he's confused. He doesn't know where he is or why he's there. And he does that motion to act like he's motioning to somebody. I don't think he has COVID at all. I think he's had a total break. And if he were to come out on Sunday through his wife, because if they're talking to anyone, they're talking to the wife, and there's no way Jill's going to give the First Lady thing up. There's just no way. No way. Okay, there's too much, it's humiliating for them. And there's no reason for them to do it, you know. And if you look at what's going on, if you listen to the coverage, and you hear them talk about even what's coming out from Nancy Pelosi, they have conceded they're going to lose the presidency. What they're worried about are the congressional seats, and yeah, and I don't think they expect to win back the House. They may even lose the Senate. The Senate's a little trickier because not that much is up and stuff. But they've conceded they're going to lose the presidency and the majority in the Congress. But I think, I've been saying this all week, I think some of the long-term power broker seats, the people that have been there 20, 30 years, that they're afraid they're going to lose some of those. And if they have Biden on the ballot, it's going to reduce turnout for them. They're expecting a very low turnout with Biden on the ballot, where they lose people like Nancy Pelosi. I'm not saying she's going to lose her district in San Francisco, but people that have been in Congress as long as her, the power brokers in the party, those are the people that are afraid that their seats are going to be lost. They know they're not going to get the House back. They may lose the Senate, but some of the party boss seats are in jeopardy. And that's what they're worried about. And they think if they get Biden off the ballot and plug in some loser, that maybe they'll get some turnout. But there's no way that Joe Biden, Jill Biden, and Kamala Harris have all said, okay, you can have the nomination. We're going to give it up. And Kamala says, I'm going to go to the convention and fight amongst other Democrats to try to win the nomination. That doesn't even make sense. The chances of that. It's not going to happen. I don't think, if it happens, it happens, but it will happen without the cooperation of Kamala or the Bidens. There's no way. Why would Kamala agree to that? If Biden doesn't go for the nomination, it is hers. She's the running mate. Now, I want to tell you guys about Jupiter Joe Thomas. You know, Joe Thomas, he's a top guy. He has over 30 years of experience as a retirement planning financial planner. He's a 5-time qualifying member of the $1 Million Roundtable, which is achieved by less than 1% of all financial advisors in the world. So this is a top guy you're dealing with, okay? Top guy in the financial planning business. He's offering you free copies of his book, The Retirement Know-It-All, and free phone consultations. You get a free phone consultation with a top guy that's unheard of in this industry, but he's doing that to help our listeners out. He does not do this for everybody. He's offering this to you guys. You want to call and talk to him about your retirement, whether you're already retired or plan on retiring at any point in your future, his number is 561-743-0999. 561-743-0999. And if you missed the number, just go to his website, jupiterjoe.com. All right, 2 hours down, 1 to go. When we come back, we'll go to the phones. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. We'll be back with your calls after this.
WSFS 104.3.
Excuse me? Keeping food waste out of the landfill is better for Mother Earth. I didn't think you could grind this stuff. Vegetable peels, melon rind, I'm all over. You like fruit pits? Bring them on.
Nothing grinds more types of food waste than the next generation of incinerator garbage disposals.
So keeping food waste out of the landfill is better for the planet. You better keep grinding or I'm going to be all up in your place.
Incinerator. Kitchen better.
Rick, the former president only...
Up in West Palm Beach, emergency vehicles have the off-ramp left lane blocked 95 southbound to Southern Boulevard, causing slowdowns. A crash in Boca at Blaze Road east of Lyons Road, and in West Lake Worth, a crash Lake Worth Road at Lyons Road. This traffic update is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit Allstate.com or call for a quote today. That's traffic. I'm Dorian.
Why are you throwing that in the trash?
Goodness.
What people are telling me is that the subtext is that the open, so that's why people are so mad about it. We are
this spirit that this guy has, you guys think this because he's drunk? He's not. This whole thing is like this. And then what hey, look,
I just want to look at this from a completely open perspective. I don't take anything off the table, but they try to silence him, they try to imprison him, and now they try to...
50-50. Slowman's. The difference is human. Brian Craig here. When it comes time to get my blood work done, I don't have time to spend hours in the doctor's office or waiting hours in one of those big labs. That's why I go to any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs for all of my lab work. Their techs are highly skilled and professional, and their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest on lab work you'll find anywhere. Appointments aren't necessary. Doctor's orders and prescriptions, they're not needed either.
I mean, this is the Javier Milei election, right? I mean, and in Argentina, that's how that went, which is that you had this coalition of, and not to be cruel, but it was described as sort of an incel election. It was the young, angry men of Argentina who they wanted a macho candidate, and it went along with policies like banning abortion, banning birth control, and the idea of no fault divorce. It all kind of goes together. That you've seen this kind of election before. You see the same thing in Hungary. Like the Orbanism of the party it's rooted in returning white Christian.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve, is he back with us, Steve? Okay. Now, I want to play some of the sound bites I put together here, and different levels of disgust. Let me play the first one. This is from Fox. Okay, now I want to tell you this. Okay, this is Fox News. Lawrence Jones. Okay. Beware of anyone who refers to Donald Trump as the former president. Okay? Why do they got to say that all the time? I've never heard people say former President Obama, former President Clinton. They always say President Obama, President Carter, President Clinton, President Bush. Only with Trump. And anyone who goes out of their way to constantly say the former president or former President Trump is a person that doesn't like Trump. But I know, Lawrence Jones. But anyway, he has a narcissist in studio. Listen.
Mentioned the current president once in his speech. Right. Was that the right move to make last night?
Okay, now this guy that he's talking to, that Lawrence Jones is talking to, is an undecided voter.
Yes, in some ways, because I think he was trying to say, too, that Biden's probably not going to be the nominee, and so he doesn't want to associate his criticism of the administration against Biden. I think he was going to try and say it against Democrats in general. So I thought he was fine with that.
And how do you think the former president did it?
There he is. See, with the former president again? Jerk. I understand he's not the sitting president, but why do you got to keep saying that, Lawrence Jones?
I liked the beginning part, and then it turned into more of a rally speech. And I've seen 2 of his rallies in person, and then I got bored, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, I got bored. Yeah, and he ate. If you saw this guy, he's morbidly obese. Okay. Undecided voters. I don't believe that, I don't know if you agree with this or not, Steve, I don't believe that undecided voters exist. How, at this point in time, how could someone be an undecided voter? Do you believe they exist, Steve, or? Oh, all right, okay. How could at this point in time could you not be decided?
People have been
This is not a primary. You don't have like 4 Republicans to choose from. You've got Trump, you've got the Democrat, Biden, right? It could be another Democrat, but you got the Democrat.
Even most people that have someone they support at this point.
Undecided voters are narcissists. Undecided voters are people that want people to go to them and grovel and beg for their support all the time. You see this a lot in primaries, right? This guy is not. There's no such thing as an undecided voter right now. Things are too divided in this country. An undecided voter is a narcissist who's dying to have people try to convince them of something because it makes them feel important. And this guy would, I do not believe in this business that there are undecided voters. I think they're self-important narcissists. If you're on hold, stand by. I want to go through a couple of these sound bites, and we'll get to the phone calls in a bit, all right? 1-888-465-2631 is our number. Now, this, there's only one person on CNN I pay attention to, and that's Van Jones. And Van Jones, I know he's a Democrat, I know he's a liberal, I know he worked for Obama, and all that stuff. But he's, in his commentary, he's very honest, okay? He really does give honest commentary, even though he's a messed up Democrat. And he's been at the convention. And this was his analysis after.
The last time I was in a convention that felt like this was Obama 2008. There's something happening where...
Just wrote a headline, by the way.
What's that?
You just wrote a headline, but
Just like Obama, Trump is showing in this convention he has the capacity to alter the composition of the electorate. That is
the difference between 2008 now is that Obama was actually popular outside of his own party.
Oh yeah, well so's Trump. Trump's that's why he's doing so well among blacks. Okay, and that was David Axelrod because Van Jones told a truth, and Axelrod's got to try to clamp down on it. Van Jones says that the RNC convention he reminded him of the '08 Democrat convention that nominated Obama, that there's that much excitement around Trump, that there is an Obama '08 level of excitement around Donald Trump. And that is true. I have seen, I don't know how many conventions I've watched. They're all boring except this one. They're all boring, okay? Conventions in the modern era are already decided who the nominee is going to be, just like this one, okay? There's no suspense. There's a little suspense maybe in the Democrat convention if they go brokered. But when the convention comes around, it's already decided. Everybody goes through the motions, and they're born. This one was the opposite of that. It's incredibly exciting, and there's a lot of fake news going around this morning that Trump supporters were bored by his speech, that people were falling asleep. You know, he started like at 10 o'clock on the East Coast because he wants to be on prime time throughout the whole country. So us on the East Coast, it's late. A lot of people are tired, and so far as the conventions, most of these people are drunk. They've been drinking all week and partying all week, and it's late. So if you saw anyone yawning, if you saw anyone that looked tired, it's because it was very late for them, and they're also been drinking all week and a little tired from that. Not Trump. I think every moment of that speech was a powerful speech. Not just when he kissed the helmet of the firefighter who lost his life from that shooter. All right, let's go to the phones. 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the radio. It sounds like you. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I am.
All right, Raymond from Martinsville, Pennsylvania.
All right. Raymond from Pennsylvania. What's up?
Yes, Raymond from Pennsylvania. And yeah, I agree with you. He's not former President Trump.
No, it's not that he's not. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. He called me an a-hole. He said, "You a-holes." Okay. Oh my goodness. If you're on hold, stand by. We got to wait for the delay to re-engage. You know, President Trump got shot on Saturday, and every Democrat that's called this show this whole week has been inappropriate. All of them. No, I mean, you heard Renee earlier completely unglued. That guy just called me an a-hole. And that's debatable. I mean, I've had people close to me call me that, you know, so, you know, not just, you know, deranged people. The thing of, obviously, he's not the sitting president, but they overemphasize former for some reason, which I've never seen them do with any other ex-president. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? The delay is re-engaged.
Oh, okay. For re-engaged, it's PJ from Broward.
Oh, hey, PJ. You're not going to call me an a-hole like the last guy, are you?
Well, no, but...
Not this time.
I have a slight disagreement. I don't know. I think you're... I don't think it's not a kooky conspiracy theory. This MK Ultra. Like, have you ever read? I mean, if you get, I'm telling you, there's one book you got to get. I mean, I thought it was crazy kooky conspiracy myself. Operation. It's called Chaos. About
Chaos. You know, I'm in the Chaos. I'm in the middle of reading that book now. Chaos. Yeah, it's about Charles Manson and everything. I'm in the middle of reading it. No.
Where I groaned too, because the guy was studying. He investigated this for 20 years. So he even told himself, he says, "God, I hope I never get into any kooky conspiracy theories that involves the Kennedy assassination." And then he found out that the psychiatrist running Louis West, running the MK Ultra operation in San Francisco, where they experimented on hippies like Charles.
No, you're right. No, I'm in the middle of reading that book. I learned about it from Candace Owens, and it's true. It's about the CIA and LSD and how they would. There was no doubt in my mind. There's a vast conspiracy around the shooting of President Trump. Okay. And I have some, Judge Jeanine last night on The Five said on Fox News that the director of the Secret Service is, in her mind, a suspect. Judge Jeanine said that, a suspect. It's crazy. So, and I do have some suspects too that I'm not sharing with you based on what I'm seeing. They're unnamed. I don't think it's MK Ultra. I think there's some other forces. And with the shooter, we found out yesterday that he has 3 overseas encrypted bank accounts. On top of the 2 cell phones he had. So there's,
You know what, that is interesting, because I did hear you mention that earlier. Now, here was the thing. Last night I read that he had 3 encrypted overseas accounts. It's no big deal because I got Proton Mail, that's encrypted, but you're saying bank accounts.
Correct. Yeah, they said bank accounts. So, and I know what they're going to try to say. They're going to try to say that he was buying Bitcoin and stuff like that. No, these are bank accounts. It's been reported.
Well, wait a minute. Doesn't every 20-year-old kid have a bank account?
Oh yeah, and 2 cell phones.
By the way, one other thing I got to make a point, just to get slightly back on when I was. The Unabomber was a result of a CIA mind control operation. That's a fact that went wrong. You know that.
All these things are true. Yeah, Steve.
Trying to put this thing together, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me what this morning, as we sit here, what is the status of the protection of the president?
It's the same it's been. He's under the Secret Service protection. Well, that's what's going on.
When you watched, probably, it was too early, when I fell asleep later in the evening. I was exhausted yesterday. I missed the president's speech.
Oh.
But, but it doesn't make sense to turn, no changes have been made. Whatever this...
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. No, he's got a new detail. And if you see them, they're not the same losers he had. It's not the same people he had on Saturday, those mall cops.
Surrounding them.
Well, I'll tell you, the director of the Secret Service, that the lady that Judge Janine said is a suspect. Yes.
So he's being...
No, that's the way it is. Yeah. But...
me is that the lady who is heading the presidential team,
yeah,
is either complicit or
yes, yeah. That neither are good. Yeah.
Can you send them out on the road?
Well, I'm not sending anybody. That's just what's going on.
How can the president, CIA?
Beats me. I don't know.
Afraid for the president?
I think he's got things under control. But some information came out yesterday about the shooter. The 3 encrypted accounts, and the bill. This really blew me away. Okay, I heard Bongino say earlier in the week, and he wasn't too clear about this, that the second team of snipers weren't on the roof; they were on the second floor. And what was confirmed yesterday is the second team of police snipers were on the second floor of the building that the sniper was on the roof of. They were directly underneath the shooter, the snipers. Can you believe that? And the New York Times put out an animated video reenacting the shooting. There's no way this kid did this on his own. There's no way. If you go and, he's got there's 2 sets of police snipers facing him, right? One of them completely obstructed by trees. The other one has a partially obstructed view, and he had a direct line of sight to the president. There's no way that kid set that up on his own. It's just not possible. With and having the third team of snipers underneath him, directly underneath him, on the second floor of the building. There's a conspiracy here, and when I see you in person, I'll tell you who my suspects are. I'm not going to say it on the air, but I have a couple of suspects in my mind. All right, PJ, take care. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. We'll take our first break of the 3rd hour and be back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show. Live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1.
hours ago, I talked to some Sunday. The agents are pissed. They're frustrated. They've repeatedly asked for resources. Donald Trump isn't your normal, average former president. He's not Jimmy Carter sitting in the old folks' home. And, oh, by the way, some other things are coming out, like the shooter had 3 encrypted accounts overseas. At the same time, we're having an Iranian president. He's not Jimmy Carter.
School resource officer, community service aid. If you have questions or want to know more, come see the Davie Police Department at one of their July pop-up events. This Saturday, July 20th, at Bass Pro Shops in Dania Beach from 9 to 5. And Sunday, July 28th, at the Home Depot on Rick Case Honda Way from 2 to 6 p.m. Learn more at davie-fl.gov. Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire and Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Steve, you back with us? All right, callers on hold. Stand by. It is open phones today, but I think we brought up a lot of things that are interesting. I hope you find them worthy of comment, but you, on Open MAGA Mike Friday, can call in about any and everything on your mind.
Very excited about it. Mike Pompeo is back.
Yeah.
With that, but he just all of a sudden, they had a horrendous falling out.
Mm-hmm.
Last time Pompeo worked for him.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking with Pompeo, because he's been very pro-Trump a lot in the last couple. Maybe he'll be Trump's chief of staff.
A huge falling.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly over what, but they did. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think Trump fired him, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember what the exact issue was, but they had he was on TV trashing him all the time.
Pompeo was really bitter towards Trump.
But now they look like they've made up.
That's what we need. Putting on the security.
Yeah.
Working together.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's take some of these calls. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Arkansas.
Yes.
I wasn't going to call today, but hearing stuff I think I need to comment on. The head of the Secret Service, that woman.
Yeah, the director of the Secret Service, yeah.
It's been reported that she started out with Dick Cheney.
She was on the Secret Service, she was on the vice presidential Secret Service personal protection detail with Dick Cheney and then Biden when he was vice president. And Biden appointed her to head the Secret Service. Yes, that's all true. Mm-hmm. Of course. All right, take care. You're on the air. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Donald Trump from Florida.
Come on. Come on. Yeah, I know. All right. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's what he goes around calling himself, and he holds on phone calls for a long time. He stays on hold for a long, long time. Oh my goodness. You know, can we get some better troll callers? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Vicky?
Yes, Nikki.
No, Vicky from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Vicky in Columbus, Ohio. How you doing, Vicky in Columbus, Ohio?
I'm good, but the conversation made me think of 3 movies: Manchurian Candidate, Clockwork Orange, and The Bourne Identity.
Well, I've seen all 3 movies. I think Clockwork Orange sucks. I mean, I think you had to be that high when that came out to think that's good. Manchurian Candidate, well, that's most definitely Joe Biden. And The Bourne Identity, I don't remember that movie. It's one of those Matt Damon things. You know, I will tell you though. I mean, I get what your point about movies, but we got the real life thing going on here that's beyond a movie. You know, do you realize if you look at what's going on here, it's pretty amazing. They're trying to bring down 2 presidents, right? The deep state. They've been trying to bring down Trump for years. There was some conspiracy to shoot him on Saturday. Everybody agrees with that. And they're trying to force the sitting president, Biden, out of office. It's almost like a double coup. Right? Isn't it? I mean, if you think about it, you know, you want to talk about movies, and some of those are good movies. But what's going on in reality is bigger than any screenwriter could envision. They're trying to bring down 2 presidents. Yeah. And pretty publicly. That's what makes it the most astounding. Maybe things like this have happened many times. I mean, I believe that the government killed Kennedy, both of them. I believe that. The Democrats, you know, do you know what's come out over the years that the Democrats that this is something that has been coming out from some vague records that Jefferson Davis, the Democrat Confederate president, ordered the assassination of President Lincoln, and that his successor and the federal government covered that up. So, you know, yeah, and I you know, what's going on, maybe this is how it's always been, but what's different is that they're publicly doing it. You understand what I mean? This thing with Lincoln and Jefferson Davis, the Kennedy assassination, those were done like in secret, and then people whisper about it forever. What they're doing to President Trump and Biden, they're doing in the open. I mean, think about it. In the course, they're telling us that Biden is going to step down from running on Sunday. So in the course of a week, one president is shot and another one's being run out. I mean, I as good as all those movies are, none of them equal that.
I was brought up by a family that was Democrats in a time when Democrats might have had, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, the liberals or whatever, you know, did some things in their party that made people be Democrats. One was, I happen to have had known a blind person who was totally Democrat because they maybe were the only people that cared about his blind condition and having facilities for him.
Oh, please. You know, Helen Keller was a Republican, you know, well-known Republican. That's true. All right, listen, we're late for the break, but I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. If you're on hold, stand by. Back after this.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're going to really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
But I think you guys get what I mean. In the course of a week, if they push Biden out, one president shot, the other one run out. I mean, that's nuts.
July 19th, 2024, and right now it's 79 degrees outside, and it's going to reach as high as 92 today. It is still a heat advisory, so make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, stay dry from those rainy storms for the rest of your Friday.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
West Palm Beach, emergency vehicles have the off-ramp left lane blocks 95 southbound to Southern Boulevard, causing slowdowns. A crash in Boca, Glades Road east of Lyons Road. And in West Lake Worth, a crash, Lake Worth Road at Lyons Road. This traffic update is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. That's traffic. I'm
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Palm Beach Kennel Club offers exciting OTB action from top horse tracks around the country, including Saratoga Racetrack, now through September 1st. Visit our incredible paddock restaurant with over 140 new HD TVs, big screens, exceptional dining, and full bar. And check out the upcoming dinner shows, including Rat Pack Now, August 23rd, the Pure Zeppelin Experience, October 11th, Let It Be, November 8th, and more. For more information, go to pbkennelclub.com.
Hi, this is Maureen Cohen from Nutrition World Palm Beach Gardens. We are so excited to be celebrating 50 years here in South Florida. The Cohen family started their first health food store in 1972, and ever since have been one of the largest locally owned, family-run health food stores in the area. We carry thousands of supplements like vitamins, minerals, herbs, homeopathics, diet and fitness, and so much more. All your favorite top-quality brands. We also have tons of natural foods like gluten-free, paleo, and organic, as well as health and beauty aids, pet foods, and more. Visit Vanessa, Trish, Denson, Scott, and Bruce. They're here 7 days a week.
Look at this from a completely open perspective. I don't take anything off the table, but they tried to silence him, they tried to imprison him, and now they tried to kill him.
Yeah, he was a meddlesome priest, is what he was called. But anyway, Corey, that's right. That's just the precise language there.
626-4377, or check out our website at nutritionworld.com. Come see us 7 days a week at Nutrition World, Palm Beach Gardens.
You need to call Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. With a AAA credit rating and bonded up to $10 million, Laporta Contracting doesn't need a large deposit like those other contractors do. Typical deposits other contractors want are 1/3 of the contract. If your job is $30,000, that's a $10,000 deposit. If your job is $300,000, that's $100,000. What are they doing with your money? Typically, it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get a permit, and HOAs, much longer. If they need money for the materials, they don't have credit with the suppliers, and that spells bad news for the homeowner or HOA. Tom Laporta is honest, knowledgeable, and reliable, and he'll never sell you a roof you don't need. Laporta Contracting has been in the roofing and contracting business since 1988, and his services cover the east and west coast of Florida and everywhere in between. Tom Laporta can handle any type of roofing job too. Residential roofing and repair, commercial roofs, schools, municipal buildings, office buildings, emergency repairs. If it's roofing, Tom Laporta can do it. Call Tom Laporta right now on his cell phone, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. And online, LaportaContracting.com.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Okay. Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition, so to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Attention seniors, are you not happy with your current Medicare plan? If not, give Debbie at I Will Advisors a call. 954-753-8080. That's 954-753-8080. There are 5-star rated plans that you can enroll in the middle of the year. That's right, you don't have to wait for open enrollment. Debbie and her family have been taking care of Steve Kane Show listeners since 1993. Debbie even handles Steve Kane's Medicare. So if you're not happy with your current Medicare plan, give Debbie a call right now and go over the options. 954-753-8080. Debbie can help you no matter where you're located in the state of Florida. 954-753-8080. And online, IWillAdvisors.com.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 47 years on the air.
All right, call us on hold, stand by. I'm Brian, Steve here. Okay, this is the thing about the shooters. I want to read this paragraph, Steve, and see. Okay, because there's now everything that the government is putting out about the shooter are diversions. Oh no, Iran. Okay, listen to this. Congressman Michael Waltz said he's been speaking to FBI agents who are investigating the attack on President Trump. They say that the shooter had 3 foreign accounts. 3 foreign accounts. Does that mean bank accounts or email accounts? I take that to mean bank accounts, financial accounts. They just got into his phone yesterday, They announced they got into his phone. They were locked out of it. When they say accounts, to me, that means bank accounts, not email accounts. PJ thought it was email accounts. What do you guys think? All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Jay from Jersey.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy. I don't seem to understand how come you keep saying all these things that ain't true. Let me start with the first thing. First thing you said on the first day was, this guy was Antifa. He's not Antifa. Then the second day you said, this guy is a Democrat. He's not a Democrat, he's a Republican. Now you say this guy is mixed up with Biden. Why do you make up these lies?
Okay, let me tell you, and it's interesting. Here it is, 8:37 in the morning, and you're just waking up. I tell you, real men get up early to go to work. No, I know. Oh, sounds like I hit a sore note. That probably sound like your mom. Okay. You asked. Okay, no, you asked a good question, and I'm going to get out the crayons. Okay, and the fat pencils for the mentally challenged like you. I am going to explain to you why were some things said earlier in the week that are not being said. This is a break. No, I didn't lie. Just slow down. Can you not wait to talk? I'll explain this to the audience with or without you, but I'm trying to do it with you. Yeah, whatever. This is a developing story with new information coming out all the time, okay? The original reporting was he was Antifa. This thing about him being a Republican, well, I'm not so sure about that, because one of his friends was interviewed yesterday and said he was trashing Trump all the time. He was very vocal hating Trump to people that worked with him and knew him. So that doesn't sound like a Republican to me, but when you say Republican, it almost like, if he's a registered Republican, it makes it okay what he did. Will you condemn the shooter's actions on Saturday? Oh, okay. So that's excuse me. Will you condemn the shooter's actions on Saturday? I'll ask it louder again.
Just because he didn't.
You hear that, guys? Do you hear that? Yeah. Don't talk to strangers. That's what she told me. Don't say nothing at all. No, my mother didn't say don't say nothing. Why will you not condemn the shooter, Jay? What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Because well, if you consider yourself to be a decent human being, you would. Do you know that the shooter killed a man who was just there with his family? The firefighter? Huh? What?
And you know what? Everything.
So you're condemning? Does that include the Trump family? The Trump family they had a victim too. There was someone shot in the Trump family. Will you condemn that?
I shot.
What about the Trump family?
I just said.
What is? My mother didn't say ain't. Well, you're the difference between our mothers is mine's articulate and yours is not, apparently. You brought, well, if you're quoting her, she's inarticulate. All right, take care. Oh my goodness. Wow. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Katina from Baltimore.
Hey, Katina.
Hi. I want to comment on this latest conspiracy.
What, you talking about the accounts?
Well, no, about the government.
Oh, okay.
With the assassination attempt. I just wanted to say about Trump's speech last night. I thought it was a fantastic idea that he held it so late, because he was exposing people to it sounded like a rally to me, and they could actually hear what he was proposing to do, and you know. Anyway, they were exposed.
What you're saying? Listen, because of the news events of this week, a lot of people, millions were watching that otherwise would not, and many of those people heard President Trump share his opinions from his own mouth for the very first time, not being filtered through the liberal media. Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. No, you're right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like a little tongue-tied because
that's okay.
I have to get through right away.
Mm.
The other thing with Biden, I think like Biden and the Pelosi crew, they're just pressuring each other. Maybe the Bidens are just holding out for more money, and the Democrats are just pushing Sunday to put pressure on him. So they may be doing something.
Listen. I don't think the Biden family are lucid enough to understand that they're going to lose. It's a family of junkies led by an Alzheimer's patient, okay? And I don't think they realize that he's going to lose. I think they're in such a closed bubble that they think everybody hates Trump and that he's going to lose. So I don't think Joe, first off, as I was saying earlier, Joe is not talking to anyone. This COVID thing is a cover story to keep him out of sight. You saw him yesterday, he's out of it. So if there's any negotiating going on that's real, it would have to be through Jill, who's really the, and Jill, she's lived with this guy for 40 years. She raised those two junkie kids. You think she's clean? Come on, No, I don't think Jill believes they'll lose. Mm-mm.
They are holding things up, and I think they have the better hand right now because he doesn't have to resign.
Well, the story yesterday said that he would not resign the presidency. He would just not run for re-election. He will not endorse Kamala. I know if you're unfit to run, how can you be fit to hold the office? But they said that and that he will not endorse Kamala, and that Kamala has agreed to go to the convention and fight for the nomination. That's insane. How would they get all those people to agree to that?
They run, even if they run a Michelle Obama, and Trump's going to win. And the only thing we are threatened by right now are the.
It's not even an issue. But President Trump's popularity is bigger than anyone. All right, Katina, we're late. We got a break. I'm late. It's got to be quick.
The government's always been involved in setting up.
But they weren't out doing it in the open. They weren't doing it in the open.
And expose the Indian Department, which now is the State Department of the CIA. He exposed them as selling arms to the Indians that the military didn't even have to pit the natives against.
Yes, yeah. How do you think that? Exactly. How do you think? Yeah, that's right. How do you think they got the 30-30s? Exactly. No, you're right. You're right.
And Trump was giving that land back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Listen, I'm late for the break, but Katina, good points. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on the Steve.
All right, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with our final gold and precious metals report of the week. William Youngerman, how the metals looking today?
Well, metals are giving us a nice buying opportunity today, and that's much after the Wednesday new all-time record high that gold hit $2,484 on Wednesday, and then reversed and closed down on the day at $2,457 on Wednesday, and that set us up for a nice little profit-taking scenario, which we've seen for the last couple of days and continues today, going down and testing that $2,400 level. Yesterday we saw gold trade in a range of $24.39 to $24.75 and closed out the day at $24.44.50. That was down $13.30. Silver lost 46 cents yesterday, closing at $29.78 the ounce, while platinum and palladium were both down $27. Platinum closing at $9.68 and palladium closing at $9.11. Overnight, we've seen gold traded on the low of $24.03 to $24.45 on the high, and right now we're at $24.05 right now, or $25.04 actually, down $40.50 the ounce. Silver at $29.05, down 73 cents. Platinum down $8 at $960, and palladium down $905. So great buying opportunity today to jump in and get into the price. A nice reduced price while this profit taking is going on.
And that's for both gold and silver. Great day. When it comes to silver, how are the Silver Eagles holding up? Are they priced right now, or would you recommend something else?
Nope, Silver Eagles are priced right on the money again, and so that gives us great buying opportunity. Gold and silver down, and be able to buy at low premiums.
Okay, so you hear that, guys? You can add to your stack, because you really got to look out for those deals on the American Silver Eagle. Is that the most popular silver coin? It's got to be.
Small format, sir.
Yeah, and they're beautiful coins.
Sets and collect them for the different years.
And I know some guys, they do that, and they also building boxes with them, filling up boxes with them too. There's a lot of that going on. And when you hear William Youngerman say they're priced right, because sometimes those Silver Eagles were selling for like double the price of silver at some points during the lockdowns, and now they're priced right to load up and fill up your collection. William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. You can stop in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. You can give them a call toll-free, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010, and you can find both his phone number and address on his website, WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, have a great weekend. We'll talk on Monday. Back after this.
On the social justice warriors for...
All right. Steve, we're tomorrow it'll be a week since the sad events in Pennsylvania, and I haven't heard a single person anywhere on either side of the aisle say, oh, this kid just decided to do this on his own. Have you? I haven't heard anyone say that. No. No one.
Confusing.
Yeah. No, I'm not. A lot of questions.
So I try to sift it through and put the pieces together in my mind. They've got the same people guarding them.
That's correct. Well, not the same people. No. Not those DEI mall cops. They're they same agency but different people. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling you back.
Oh no, it's one call per day. I don't owe you anything. No. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, that hurt my ears that time. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, JJ.
Hey, I have to say, these last 4 days have been some of the most emotional roller coaster up and down, and I just last night Trump's speech to me was, it was like he was like a professional athlete almost, like Tony Hawk or a figure skater, or maybe even like a ballroom dancer, just a flow and effortless. It was like he was in the Trump zone,
Mm-hmm.
There was a visual to the body language, just a calm confidence, sort of a firm, like an assurance,
Mm-hmm.
It kind of set apart the Democrat and Republican parties. Obviously, Trump, a reality, a competent Trump zone, versus this fiction of the Democrat Twilight Zone and this, the Democrat diaper zone, if you will. And, I was so damn at ease and happy last night. And then I see Joy Reid with this night. I caught one of her videos. My Lord, what an idiot. She's talking about something like a 9-second photo shoot. I'm like, it wasn't a photo shoot. It was a sniper shot.
Mm-hmm.
See that video of her saying that?
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. They're crazy. And they spent the whole week saying, oh, that was the glass from the teleprompter, which is not true. But even if it were true, he was still shot at. And, I mean, I don't understand their... Well, I do understand.
It just, I can't... I mean, I understand it, but I
well, here's what I don't understand. Okay, when you're a broadcaster, you have a certain responsibility, and the way they're talking is beyond inappropriate on the air about Trump. It's beyond inappropriate because everybody knows they're upset that Trump moved his head. Let's face it, isn't that what they're upset about? I mean, they've all but said it. I mean, and I praise the Lord above that he did all the time. I mean, it's been a rough week, but you can see it. The same thing with The View. Don't let the granddaughter make you think he's human, Whoopi Goldberg said yesterday. Well, gee whiz.
Stupid. I mean, I feel like Joy Reid. If I were to say, Trump is like a Kodiak grizzly bear, she'd say, what is that, a small bear with...
Well, if you remember when President Reagan got shot, there's a funny line he had when he went into surgery. Remember this? He's going into surgery, and Ronald Reagan said to the doctors, he said, "I hope you're Republicans." And the doctor said, "This really happened." And the doctor said, "We're all Republicans today, Mr. President." And that guy was a Democrat. And with these guys, the way they're, when these types of things happen, it brings the country together usually. But we have poisoned people on our cable news.
A lot of poison out there, and I think about the grandchild that was up there, and the grandchildren, basically, he's just grandpa. Well, grandpa, you poke the bear, you're going to get the paw. All these interests, all we have to do is have success. We've got 4 years to show an absolute difference between the lying, and the destruction.
Yeah.
And if we do that, they'll never be able to lie. They won't be able to lie to them.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel here that Donald Trump is...
I would have to say no, Steve. Let's put it this way.
Well, I just don't think it's smart to keep saying that over and over, Steve. Why keep pointing that out? That's... Yeah, well.
Honestly, I mean, Trump's not going to walk into another. I just think this. I think that we're not going to know about it.
Yeah. Listen. The Trump family are from the private sector. They don't sit around and wait for the government to take care of things. They take care of it themselves. So I'm sure they're doing something, and probably already have done things to make things okay. They're just not letting everybody know what's going on.
Do you believe this bank account information that came out? Does it seem like that just is like maybe a little perfect kind?
Well, I think they're going to try to. If it's a little unclear if it's bank accounts or email accounts. I read it as bank accounts, and I think there's a move by the government to blame Iran for it. And somehow I just expect these encrypted accounts overseas to have an Iranian connection. That's just what I'm expecting, which is total BS.
Yeah, I think that type of information never comes out.
See, this is what I believe. Okay, I believe this was done very sloppy and fast. Okay, I think this was. I stand by that. There was a conspiracy to do this. I think it was done because they couldn't get Biden to drop out. So these other things with Kennedy, these are things that even John Wilkes Booth, when the Democrats did that, these were conspiracies they spent a lot of time planning, okay? And this one they did quick, which means sloppy and mistakes. So more and things are coming out. I got to run, but thanks for the call. Now, if you're on hold, stand by. We're going to go back to the phones. But first, Steve, the free doorbell camera offer from Slowman's is back. I have this doorbell camera. I love it. You get a notification on your mobile device anytime someone's at your door. I love it. And here's how it works. Slowman's is going to give, now this is just for a very limited time, people. Slowman's is going to give you a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your phone with the installation of your Slowman Shield. They're also going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. You get an LED touchscreen, a motion detector, 10 contacts, a lifetime warranty, and a backup battery, plus a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Slowman Shield. This is, I have this at home, and it is also a part of our security system here at the radio station. Here's the number to call. That doorbell camera will change your life. Not just the security, but of the convenience. You never have to get off your couch ever again to see who's at the door. The number is toll-free, 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. That's 833-283-5050. All right, back to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Bob Lakeworth. Good morning.
Hey, Lakeworth.
Good morning.
Hey, I don't know if you guys touched on it because unfortunately I'm a Republican conservative, have a job, so I haven't woken up at 8:30 like some of the other callers. The key to this thing is Hunter. They're going to negotiate like crazy to keep Hunter from going to jail.
With a crackhead? Well, he can pardon him anytime. These are federal crimes that Hunter is facing.
But you need to understand, though, they're all about the money, Brian. So they're negotiating how much millions you're going to give the family to step.
See, this is where we disagree. I know they're greedy, corrupt people, but I think they're so high, so stoned, so incoherent, so arrogant, they think they can beat Trump and stay in power. I think they're that far gone. So I don't think they're negotiating for more money. I think they want to stay there. I mean, yeah.
Hunter's lawyers just asked to have everything dismissed the other day. So I think it's all about keeping safe, giving them some. Yeah, go ahead.
What you have to agree with is that nobody expects Biden to go away without a golden parachute. There are obviously, whatever else is going on, part of what's going on is arranging for the getaway financially.
Exactly.
Maybe.
I think that's why Hunter's in there. He's so used to extorting people, he's doing it.
Yeah, he's the Prince of D.C. All right, take care. Good call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, good morning. My name is Mike from West Palm Beach.
Hey, Michael.
I'll make this real quick. I was an officer of the Office of Emergency Management in New York City, and I just can't believe that you had a sniper team in a metal building that no one heard, on the second floor, no less, that no one heard this guy crawling.
Yeah, with his rifle.
I find that very suspicious.
And ammo.
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's a good point. And did he have an ammo case with him up there on that? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Vincent Boynton.
Hey, 30 seconds.
I just want to say that I think Joe Biden is going to make sure that Kamala Harris does not ever get for one be president.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to guide this out and everything, and because that will mean that she'll be not only the president, but the first black woman.
Yes.
Will kill the Bidens.
Okay. All right. Take care. All right. Not a good analogy. You're on the air.
Brian from Deerfield.
Hey, 15 seconds.
The bank accounts without a money trail, and a money trail is I think, all we need to really crack.
The money I promise you, the money trail is going to lead to Iran or Saudi Arabia. Total fake diversion. Saudi Arabia or Iran or Putin. All right. Yeah, it's going to be one of those three. All right, that's all the time we have for this week. We'll see you Monday morning. I'm Brian. Steve Kane's here. Have a great weekend, guys. See you Monday, 6 a.m.
USFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar. WI.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you are subscribed and you like the video, okay? I'll see you over the weekend for sure. There's too much big news happening. Take care.